Alright. There we go. Here, Kianzalo. How we doing, man? Hey, right. Be afraid to drink that, yep. That I would too. Alright. There we go. Alright, let's see. Let's see what is up. Now let's see what is happening. What was happening at least. Over the week. The Steam FPS Fest. Insane. Are we doing a on Zow's life? Rogue Trader at 30% already. 40% discount. And Colony Ship 35% discount. Nice. Yeah, Monster Hunter World on sale again too. Damn, Green Hell with the Anteater update. Still pumping some content there, I say. Oh, what a time to be alive, huh? What's Anteater supposed to do to you, though? What's the role of the Anteater there? The Kingdom Come. There it is, huh? And now that announcements are out, you should play the first one too eventually. Gotta get into that. Gotta get into that. See what did I say, huh? A weird and flawed game. Huh? Quite the compliments there. Quite the compliments there. Getting Sekiro for 16. Yeah, the regional prices. Regional prices, man. It's the Glitch TB-chan, by the way. Hello, hello. And buys a KCD. I think I have it already. But yeah, not on Steam though. Not on Steam. It was for free already at this point also. Multiple times. Multiple times. Then Diablo 50%. Boog. Yeah, no regional shit here though. Yuck. Yeah, so their expansion, I'm not sure about their expansion, but that happens, I am not so sure. See if I wanted to say. Nice, nice. Imagine not having it already, yeah. A Dying Light for 20 bucks. Get the Paladin class in Diablo. I think the next one will be Cultist actually, or something, according to leaks. Not sure. Maybe you'll get your Dark Paladin sword, you know. You know. We will get them eventually, I'm pretty sure. Paladin is kind of like the staple, you know, in the series. I bet it will. I bet it will be back. I have a feeling. Yeah, the year packed did spend body on expansion through. Didn't even make it to Diablo 3. I mean, it did. It did. An expansion. In expansion, it did. And then you get the Necromancer and the DLC. That was just the class DLC though. And Paladin, I think, was a part of the was the Reaper of Souls or whatever expansion. Oh yeah, the Crusader. Yeah, the Crusader. True. I mean, the concept still was the same though, more or less. So why not? Why not? At the Microsoft sale. Damn, Wasteland 3 for 3 bucks. Well, I mean, obviously it's regional prices, right? Probably a bit more. It is pretty good. Oh, there's some good price. The coming soon stuff. Coming soon stuff sounds nice. Where was the Towerborn one? Don't remember. The co-op stuff, alright. Stated key one. Let's see. Yeah, that's gonna be nice stuff. Yeah, the History Untold order will be nice. Yeah, VOD will be probably nice. I hope so. Clockwork Revolution. Hey, Microsoft cooking some good stuff. The question is, how long will they be cooking that? I mean, Asian mythology too. Senna Saga gonna be soon, but yeah, not my jam really. Series I see. Hey, Corsada low. I kinda don't really mind. Mythology Retold, yeah. Time to serve. New DLC remaster, sorta. Supposed to be that new Skyrim? Not exactly. I think they tried also already to distance themselves from that because like it's gonna be, if anything, it's gonna be I guess kind of like Arx Fatalis or something rather than like, you know, Skyrim or something. Just the scale gonna be not that huge, I assume. And this guy did mention all the Toad Endurers, man. All the Toad Endurers. Pillars of Eternity on sale. Damn, son. Tilton, I see. Safila didn't greet you. Hello, sir. And the Tunet. Let's see. Got the woody stuff. Not have a Pillars Complete Edition? That's a good question, actually. Kinda doesn't seem like it, really. There's a DLC there. There's all the DLCs, actually. Seems like there is Definitive Edition. Well, that's the bundle, basically. But yeah, there is one. Hey, Blaine, hello. The Rodent Halo Mask, I see. So yeah, that is the one. That is the pack. I missed something with that pack. Some pack from the second game. Second game. Didn't I think maybe I have it on GOG or something. Thought I got the second one too. I didn't get the DLCs for the second one that I remember. I was the other way. I don't remember actually. Did I not get it? Or is it not even like highlighted on the sale, by the way? Yeah, I do have the... No, wait. Oh, that's the DLC. Oh, I got everything then. Probably. Deadfire Definitive. Okay, I do, except for some pre-order shit, I guess. Alright. Pillars 2, I got stuff. Need to play that too. I will get into that one. First one was kind of hard to get into it, and I don't remember shit, to be honest, in terms of like lore and stuff. Took me a while to get into that lore and stuff, and now I don't even remember it. Classic. And the Scar Ritual. Or is it the Hoarder stuff? Sker. Zombie survival FPS. That doesn't seem very horror though. Oh, the co-op zombie game, alright. But like Maiden of Scar or something, that was I guess the horror shit. Apparently really good, I see. Oh, it was also like early access, I assume, right? Yeah, 6th of October in 2022 even. Damn, son. Been some time. Oh yeah, the Maiden of Scar, that's the one. Yeah, that was the horror one, alright. Mixed it up. The ultimate British order. Then, son. This apparently even good then, alright. Catharsis Prologue. Is it another Survivor's like? The fuck is this banner? That's a bearded cat. The roguelike action game had the last hope for the world. Outlaw-like action game. What is outlaw-like action game? Surviving enemy attacks in each room will require careful choices of upgrading your character abilities and features of weapons in your inventory. The outlaw-like. The fuck? Bend the secrets of the machine. Free. I think the prologue or something. Just like kind of spin-off thingy. Explore, solve secrets, unravel interactive mysteries, stay close for updates. The teaser game, alright, let's see. So they be teasing some stuff. This one we saw last week. This one we saw last week. The VTuber stuff. Sea of Radiation we saw last week. So I guess not that much going on. RimWorld also. This we saw last week. This we saw last week. Inkbound, I think we haven't, but yeah. That's from the Monster Train developers, wasn't it? Yeah. Creators of Monster Train. Turn-based tactical roguelike. Solar Corp create powerful builds. Are new releases excited for this year? Well, actually, now that I see it here, it would be really nice to get Songs of Conquest for release. That would be good. That would be good. Well, I mean, you know, Stalker, if that happens. If that happens. When that happens. I mean, KCD2, I still need to play the first one, so I wouldn't say I'm like some super giga excited for that one. But I guess. Yeah, what else was there? What else was there? I'm kind of like, you know, like nowadays I'm like not really getting super, like, if it's something that I'm excited, I will remember instantly. But that's like really rare nowadays. Either kind of like not super excited, or you just kind of like cautious about it, you know. Yeah, because there's early access, there is like, you know, release that is not early access, but technically it is worse than some early accesses, you know. And then there's also a bunch of stuff, like you can like constantly like get, well, like if you're all into indie games and everything too, right, you can like constantly get so much stuff, you don't really even like get excited for things that much. So you just kind of like take things as they come, you know. Yeah, the PlayStation exclusive is not something I'll play, though, yeah. That is true. Like, I do get excited for some things, but I don't think there was anything like that big. Like, some stuff like... I think that unironically got me, like, for example, like, very excited was, like, the Sultan Sanctuary 2, for example, right? Sultan Sacrifice. I was super excited that when I got on release, that when I played it, and I actually did like it, even though a lot of people didn't, and I got all achievements in it. Kind of really like irrational side, kind of excitement sometimes for those games that I can't really explain. And that happens, but that's really rare. Yes, Steve, I see. Yeah, we can check in general, like the big releases for the year. To see what will be very poga. Alright, let's check. Get out. Let's check what we have coming there. Alright, so in April now. Let's see. Quantum Fury is actually kind of interesting. We'll see. Might be playing, maybe. We'll see, we'll see. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, Minority Wars, obviously, well, that I'm already playing. It's really nice. I'm gonna play some more. Like, until release and a little bit after release. And then probably just kind of wait for, like, more stuff to arrive, more updates. Just because there's probably gonna be more shit to play. With the V-Rising full release. Oh, yeah, Prison Architect 2, actually. Huh. Maybe, but not sure. Homeworld 3. I like the demo. I kinda did like the demo, so maybe. Maybe. Kinda hyped for Sandland. Some things I saw like kinda do look interesting. Not sure if it's exactly my jam, but it could be. It kinda could be. Excited for the next World of Warcraft expansion. I wish I would, man. I wish I had some like MMO to be excited about. That will be out, you know, in realistic times and not like sometime later or somewhere in the past, you know. That would be kind of nice to be in the situation to be in. Yeah, Hellblade I kind of don't really mind myself too much. Let's see. The Old World. That's already out on PC. Killer clowns from outer space. Damn, son. Cataclysmo. Cataclysmo is nice. Wouldn't say like I'm super excited, but like, yeah. Frostpunk 2 sort of the same. I played the first one when it was just out. I finished the run. And like, it was good. I wouldn't mind playing, but yeah, I wouldn't say I'm like, you know, like super pogging over that. Star Wars Outlaws, not sure about that one. Like, I ain't buying that like ever. That's 100%. I tell you that. For those prices, nope. Like, if they will be also like handing out like the review codes and stuff, I maybe will check it. But like, nope. Stalker, if that will be actually out and stuff, that one will be quite poga. And maybe summer. Yeah, summer seems kind of like, so like June. Yeah, June, July seems kind of more or less not super loaded, at least with big releases. There's gonna be probably a bunch of indie as usual, but yeah, nothing super big. Yeah, and I guess kind of May was it too also. Yeah, May for me is also, except for Homeworld, maybe. Maybe Prison Architect, but also big maybe. There's gonna be a couple of months of like chill time. And not August pretty much. Well, actually, I guess Frostpunk too in Cataclysmo. But yeah, like a lot of kind of free time until September. Then potentially Stalker and Space Marine 2. That real hard coping. I mean, could be, you never know. At this point, they might just kind of like force them already to release whatever they have there, you know. Could be. And well, the end of the month for now, end of the year also for now kind of seems a little dead, yeah. Which is, this part gonna be fixed, because also like we need to keep in mind that around like this time somewhere, we're gonna get all the announcement shows and everything, and that might actually fill the second half of the year with a bunch of shit, so we'll see. Seablade, I say. Seems good, seems good. Why not? Why not? I'm gonna go for the Season of Mastery version 2. Si ça peut essayer. Frostpunk I think was Game Pass, yeah. So yeah, we'll see. I kinda wouldn't mind like some chill mods because yeah, like if Stalker actually happening, I will need also like sometime in summer play the last one I haven't played. And if KCD is actually out this year, I will need to get the KCD one also to play through, you know. So I do have some things that I will need to find time for, I guess. Sorta. The Kingdom 2, I see. And they said, well, I mean, yeah, they said a lot of things, but yeah, I feel like there might be a little bit of a delaying going on there. No, I haven't watched that. But we can check at least the announcement stuff. We will check probably. The inbound I did check. This one actually looks kind of nice. Farming the Giga reviews too, alright. The Steam Deck and them top sellers, I noticed with the Wicked ended up with some mixed stuff. Yeah, I see people molding about the durability and about the limited healing items. I think I would probably kind of also mold on that. I already had that one with that kind of like Bloodborne-ish looking side scroller sword, like what was the name of that one when I played the demo? The Lost Faith, yeah. I already like molded out with the lack of healing items in that one. I really dislike that. Yeah, it's like it's most of the negative reviews here, pretty much. I think I looked into it because I kind of was interested, maybe, but it's early access, so also kind of like not that interested. But yeah, like seems like there's something they're gonna need to fix real quick there. Because it's nice, but yeah, like durability even maybe kinda I could somewhat handle, but yeah, like whenever you just kind of like between your attempts to learn the boss, unless you're a god gamer and stuff, when you need to actually like go and start, you know, like grinding some items to repair and to heal, that is, in my opinion, not the best decision. Because not everyone is a god gamer, and I usually need some attempts and everything to learn and everything. And if between those attempts you just like lose all your durability and healing items and you need to go and farm instead of actually learning and everything, then it's pretty bad. That was something I didn't like in Bloodborne, for example, too. In Bloodborne, I actually ended up, I remember, during my playthrough, just to buy like a shitload of vials. Like all my storage was full of vials, pretty much. Just to like I just farmed it just to forget about it for a while. Performance is also pretty bad. Yeah, I heard performance is also quite bad. But I mean, that's something they kind of like need to fix. And the feedback on like the healing items and durability, we'll see how that will go. Hope they will change some of that. I do kind of hope, because it would be kind of cool to play. Call of Duty again. But what is that? And the Scar Ritual being sold quite well there. And still Helldivers pumping. Get Dead Island when it's on Steam. 22nd of April already. Damn, son. Almost here. Almost here. Shadow of the Depths. Top-down action roguelite. That's some insane Giga trailers. No, it's literally top-down. Very top-down. Oh, look kinda nice though. And does it look kinda nice? Maybe too top-down for your taste, let's see. They also like increase the speed gear of everything. I'm gonna get the zoomer action going, you know. Yeah, this is kind of like more of a proper speed, I guess, here in the gameplay, not in the trailer. Seems kinda interesting. A jawbreaker. Some Giga horror stuff. That's the demo, alright. Yeah, fucking thing there. The real horror, man. The real horror. Got Bell right. Survival open world crafting. Ah, our favorite. Snail games, huh? So it's gonna go for like some sort of MMO-ish stuff there. Online co-op. Settlements liberate the land, assist the villagers, recruit others to your cause. Command forces prove the valor, right? Yeah, Snail Games I think was making like publishing mostly like MMOs and stuff back in the day, wasn't it? Was it actually like also an ARC publisher somewhat recently? Yep. Interesting. There's another kind of like of those. For without any, well, I mean, summer is almost always like a dead season, so like nothing new there. That is always the case, pretty much. Like May and like until like the end of August is like mostly kind of somewhat dead, yeah. Somewhat, not exactly. And especially if you're into indie stuff, there is a shitload of stuff always. Ain't noticed for the wicked there. Yes, this is one you will want probably to play with someone. Whenever it's actually like co-op or the proper multiplayer stuff. Generative AI during development to prototype the voice acting. Spec professional voice acting for the full release. I see. Wasn't given like super anti-AI stuff with games getting thrown out. The bow wrong there, yeah. The rule. A bladed medieval building. I mean, I guess. And with some co-op stuff. Yeah, still not sure how it goes in terms of, like, how far that co-op part goes. Is it actually, like, a lot of people play on the server? Or you just kind of, like, yeah, just co-op with a few people there? With just a couple. It seemed like some doing stuff, though. A Yuden Chronicle. There it is. It's time for this one already. And the Giga JRPG experience time. 23rd. Yeah, that's Game Pass. Yeah, this one is Game Pass. This one is Dink. This one might be actually kinda Dink. I'll say they're from creators of some also like some of the classic JRPGs, wasn't it? Oh, wasn't it? Yeah, not like super into it, I guess, but who knows? Who knows? There is still once human? I mean, not sure, man. Not sure. You haven't even really looked into it much, to be honest. Like a lot of those you kind of want to play with peeps, though. So it all kind of like, you know, goes down to will we have some people playing, pretty much. Heart of Crown Online. Then deck building. And some gothic deck building. And the wee bit deck building, that's for sure. Online deck growing card game. I feel like the growing will be the... Even though hard to say, it doesn't say the in-game purchases, so maybe not really. Student beta, no tutorial. Online manual on how to play. Heart of Crown 2nd edition, which was relaunched in 2022. Okay, so it's based on like some actual card stuff, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, the Kinzera we saw before. For some reason thought it was already out. I guess not yet. Gonna be soon. For the Kinzera, Day 1 PS Plus. I see. Oh, that's the OTK publisher. I see. The OTK publishing. That one probably gonna go over. They already have all the influencer marketing, you know, nailed down. Because who's the publisher? That one probably gonna go ham. It's also free to play, so that helps. Yeah, there's Phantom Fury. Yeah, 23rd of April. This is some good stuff. This is some good stuff, potentially. The Giga Boomer shooting. This one connected with the... like the Iron Fury, I guess, right, too? The Boomer shooting, that would be something I could. I mean, we still also have Graven to finish the last segment. Maybe we'll get on it next week. We'll see. The Unflushable, man. The backrooms break. The backrooms, the universe is growing. Explore and break environments of the backrooms and the pool rooms. Damn, son. You can see the FPS there sometimes. Utilize Thor's demolition hammer. Firearms and explosives. Isn't just another mundane walking simulator. Entities are the victims. Overcome your fears with violence. There's like some power fantasy there. You're tired of the horror game, you just like get the game where you just destroy everything that was in the horror game, including the horrors basically. How to face your fears, man. There it is. And just destroy them. Still no release date. Feels bad, man. Incursion Red River. Tactical first-person extraction shooter. Another one. The war-torn modern-day Vietnam. Exclusively single-player and co-op gameplay. Customized loadout, complete contracts and extract or die trying. Mostly positive even. Damn, son. The hidden gems. More extractions. Yeah, like the modern shooters nowadays already kind of like don't really do any emotion because a lot of them also like look the same. So it's just kind of like, you know, feels nothing, man. The gigantic again. I don't know how this one is going. Can connect to the servers. Servers need to be fixed. Damn son, suddenly actually people playing now. And the sky also. That was in mobile for a while, right? Now they got the PC stuff too. It's probably something for Third Mosque from the Journey devs, yeah? Damn Journey. Quite the specific interests there. Quite specific. The lo-fi sessions. Then this one farming the reviews there, holy. The gamified focus tool. You want to play this? Well, play it, huh? You want to use this? The productivity tools, huh? Interesting. EDF is Weeb Helldivers, huh? I mean, I guess in some way you could say so. The productivity tools, man. Insane, huh? They actually might be kinda interesting. Even though the original Helldivers, you know? Lotus launching we saw last week on the Umbra. Anomaly Collapse. And the Fury Agenda. Didn't we see this one too? Kinda recognize that. Oh yeah, I may recognize that. That was, yeah, the strategy, roguelite strategy game. Not sure exactly where the strategy much here. If anything tactics, I guess, but yeah, it is what it is, huh? The duck side. Still going. That was like the April Fool's stuff. I guess they still be going with this one. Days are rust, but you're a duck. There it is, huh? The quality gaming, man. Do be kind of looking like old Rust indeed, huh? I guess kind of the new one too, somewhat. Living the duck life. Slay the Spire too. Well, thanks for recommending. I wouldn't have thought about this one. And that will play, yeah. Under Space. Spiritual successor to Freelancer. The Lovecraftian Sandbox RPG twist. Damn, son. That does sound like a twist there. Day 1 mod support and a planned PvP co-op multiplayer. There'll be PvP co-op multiplayer there. On the early access roadmap. It looks worse visually than the first one. I don't really think so. Well, not for me at least, personally. It does kind of look a bit weird. Because, you know, like the style was kind of like this, like specifically on purpose, kind of like, you know, like ugly-ish. And they still kind of like remain the ugliness sort of, but they added more detail to it, so it does look kind of weird. It does look kind of weird. Yeah, that's some dink stuff, dude. It has a demo. Too close to freelancer. Freelancer is a great game. This at this time is not. Then shots fired, man. Early access really shows, huh? The mouse controls are horrible. No voice acting. Damn, son. What a tragedy. In a porno. No, 76 since it's a bit more popular. I mean, not because it's a bit more popular. I would get on it with more content, though. That I wouldn't. There are some news about it actually later. I do return to 76 every time there is like some decent update. The last update I didn't really play too much, so I kinda could. I was sorta considering, but we'll see. Like some of my friends also like kinda hoped on it. But yeah, one of them is like basically on PlayStation. There's still no crossplay, I think, so that's unlucky. Otherwise I probably would for sure. I could, but I'm just kind of like not sure if I feel it right now. Not so sure. I could maybe, like, because like Manor Lords after release I'm probably gonna be kind of like lowering the amount because I want to kind of, you know, wait for more content and everything. I already played a decent amount. Don't want to burn out before it's even out technically, right? And then we'll see, because, well, Dragon's Dogma gonna be on Mondays. I do have some, like, games kind of piled up a little bit for, like, First Look Friday material. I'll do that. And then, yeah, if, like, the things are kind of chill and quiet, maybe I will get back on some 76 train. Maybe. Hey, Grey Feather. So we'll see. I wouldn't mind some 76 maybe. Because yeah, the last thing they added, the expeditions they added last time, I did play like literally like a couple of them, I think, with peeps from chat. Maybe we can do more. I think Flanker is always happy to return to some Fallout 76 to play together. Maybe more people got it actually. It's still free on Prime, right? I think. So consider. Maybe we'll have again the stuff going. At good times we had like the 2 full groups usually on the server going. That was pretty nice. Oh, we haven't tried, say we haven't tried. I think he's still playing on PlayStation instead. I don't know. I think he maybe decided to stick with it. Yeah, need to watch the show. Need to watch the show yet still. It will get me more motivation to hop on the 76. Now this is kind of fine. This I don't mind really. Like all these arts I don't really mind. In combat sometimes it does feel a little kind of like weird. Because they somewhat kind of like kept the old style, but they also added like a lot of detail to it, so it now kind of depends on the animations also, how they're gonna look and stuff. Oh yeah, do it, Steve, do it. Yeah, if your friend wants this, do it. If your friend wants 76, do it. Okay, if you guys want to join on 76 Fiesta, feel free. Just need to level initially a little, and maybe we'll do some of that. Like if there will be like some chill times with nothing really much going on, I will do some like backlogging probably, and might as well just have some like 76 going a little on the background. Because I kind of like, yeah, haven't really had a lot of grind in the expeditions. I still have like a bunch of unlocks there. Still a lot of stuff to do. Children of the Sun. One going already there. Maybe not like the crazy in terms of amount of reviews, but still. Just the same shit as the pit, sorta, yeah. I mean, but we did play it on stream, yeah. I did return for that. It's just like I don't remember, something was out around that time too, so I literally like played like one stream I think and just kind of like peaced out because there was too much to play. It is kind of the same, yeah. It's kind of the same as the pit, even though it's like I think kind of easier expedition, faster expedition. So you can just, instead of the pit, you can grind that, which again is a weird thing, like, you know, like in terms of like in the MMO department, again, is the same weird shit. Like you just added a bunch of like expeditions, you added a bunch of content, but you basically made it the way that like most of it just becomes, you know, useless. Just like in the pit, there was like what, 2 expeditions, right? And people were running mostly 1 expedition. So like second expedition already kind of like just for enjoyers basically. In Atlanta also added like I don't remember. Was it like different expeditions you pick, or it's like the random scenarios you get there? I don't remember actually. I think they were different you could pick. So again, like some of those, they just become more optimal and people just grind that. Everything else becomes, you know, useless. Oh, then there we go. The Steam already recommending there. Not was already out a while ago. Yeah, 5th of December. I did play it a while ago. Atlanta was indeed the same. You even can basically unlock the pit rewards in Atlanta pretty much. Like it's the same currency you get, I think. So you can kind of like grind Atlanta now and unlock everything. So again, no point in grinding pit. Which like people also kind of were happy about it because now they have like some faster expedition to farm. But then again, it just kind of like makes, you know, the expedition that is already in the game kind of useless. That I kind of like, game design wise and everything, I don't like that stuff because, you know, just like content that just goes to waste. I think we saw this one last week. The Slytherin one. Get a turn-based. The Battlefield. Yeah. We saw this one last week. Alright. Let's see another stories. The visual novel sale. Damn, son. Oh, there goes the weebs. I got the Fallout sales going too. I see how it is. And everything is in top. Nice. They be farming. Imagine not having Fallout 1 and 2, when they were already for free, like everywhere you could get them, probably at this point. But at least maybe like Todd will get like some money from, you know, the proper Fallout games. And at some point they will decide to kind of remaster them, but I kind of doubt it. I think his ego will never allow that, you know, just accept the fact that those exist and that those are actually good. Yeah, the well Deus Ex there too. And always heroes, even without the sale. Well, Tactics Master Race, it's a fun game. It's actually a pretty fun game, I like it. Like Tactics. Story-wise, it's trash though. They did so, yeah. Well, I mean, if you got them for free before on other places, like I already had them, like, I don't remember. I think I even have them on GOG, if I remember correct. And I totally didn't buy them on GOG. No, actually, no, not on GOG. I think I had them on, like, Bethesda launcher. I had them on Steam. On Steam, I think they weren't for free, though. In an Epic, they gave them away twice already. So yeah, I think they are serious. I see. Tactics and Brotherhood of Steel, same game? Nope. No. Brotherhood of Steel is the one I played through with the emulator. That was the like the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance or whatever, kinda. And that one was pretty bad. That one was pretty bad. Tactics was okay. Tactics was okay. Well, Tactics, yeah, Fallout Tactics Brotherhood of Steel. And the PlayStation 1 is just Brotherhood of Steel. Seems pretty Fallouty in terms of story. I mean, considering what Bethesda did with Fallout, they can just make Fallout Tactics canon and that will be fine. Because like in the end, I have to say, like they even used a lot of Fallout Tactics things in later Fallouts, in my opinion. Because like first of all, like the Zeppelins, right? That Brotherhood of Steel used as transportation method. That was in Fallout Tactics. Bethesda got it for Pridven, right? In Fallout 4. Then what do we have? We have like kind of like sort of Giga AI, like the Roboto that was sort of Fallout 3, right? With President. We have someone, I don't remember exactly how was it going in Fallout Tactics, but there was a dude basically who was researching curing mutants, basically. Well, was it curing mutants, reversing the mutation, or was it making them, I think it was making them fertile again, so they can, like, you know, breed mutants. That was in Fallout Tactics. That is in Fallout 4. I think actually maybe not in the main quest in Fallout 4. There was like side quest basically where you make some sort of cure for mutants. What else was there? There was something else I remember. The airship also in Fallout 3? It could be. In Fallout 3, I think it was kind of like mentioned that they just like flew on the airship somewhere, right? In Fallout 4, we kind of saw that. But Fallout 3 is later than Fallout Tactics. Major Fallout skipping of frames now. All good on my end, I think. Let's see, focus. Let's see. Tactics 1 like Jagged Alliance more rather than XCOM, I would say. Has a real-time mode and everything too. Theories, I see. Yeah, but there was a guy, I think, or someone, or you find some logs in Fallout Tactics that they found like the cure or something for. I don't remember. I think they found the cure to make mutants be able to reproduce again, because mutants are sterile. They can reproduce normally. Like they can be created with FEV, but they can't reproduce. They cooked in that. Yeah, there was no Reavers in other games. There was no like robots like that in other games. There was no dudes talking with animals in other games either. So they did introduce a bunch of new stuff. But again, like a lot of those things I think Bethesda kind of used for their Fallout, because Tactics kind of like, I think, never was really considered canon in the end. So I feel like they just kind of like yanked a bunch of like ideas from there just to use for their game and make it canon, in my opinion. Because I don't know, I kind of feel like it, you know, like the splitting of the Brotherhood, the flying on the Zeppelins and stuff. Like all those things, I feel kind of still, you know, like a little bit of Bethesda viewing there, in my opinion. The mutants, the only like the only thing why mutants were dangerous, why mutants were kind of broken, is the Browning, like the Browning machine gun, dude. But that shit rips through armor, through everything. Like Rivers just like had like mostly like energy weapons and everything. They kind of like strong, but the damage is like, you know, you just like get shot, you take a lot of damage, but you react to it. If you just kind of like get like burst fire from the Browning, you just like dead instantly. Like it's just literally sometimes hard to like in some missions to do stuff because you just need to kind of like storm the building, storm some room, for example, right? And there's just this one mutant with that fucking machine gun, and as soon as you show up, it just like melts you instantly. That's an insane weapon. I loved it though. Like if you have someone who managed to handle that weapon, oof, dude. Like I think that's the one I kind of pretty much like had until the end of the game. Like you go to the robots, like all the regular, like especially all the snipers you had pretty much, like they mostly at the end of the game just useless. You can give them some Gauss and stuff, right? Like the Gauss rifles and everything, but they still kind of suck. Well, they were super OP early in the game. And then you just get like that dude with like the Browning is still relevant until the very end. You sneak 99% of the time. Well, that's the problem. When you play on a very hard difficulty, then even if you sneak up on them, you still have a really shit chances to hit stuff. And they have really good chance to hit you. That's why I don't like the hard difficulty in Fallout Tactics, because it's really unfair. In your hello, Fallout Tactics pretty much. Like it's super unfair. You just kind of like, you can either just stand like point blank and they hitting you, you aren't hitting them. That was so annoying. That was so annoying. And again, like you pop up from the sneak, you need to one-shot them because otherwise they one-shot you. That's a bit of a problem. So I was the tactics one, the tactics. So yeah, I was mostly kind of just like coming up with some dink ways to do it. Usually, sometimes in many cases, it was just like someone with like some giga armor and everything, just baiting the first burst, and then you just like, you know, roll in with everyone else and destroy them. Sometimes that did work good. So yeah, it was a nice one. It was a nice one. I think they did yoink a bunch from there. I do think Bethesda yoinked a bunch from there. But that I think they did, eh? But they should kind of yoink more as like their design for the power armor, I feel, and everything. That looked like way cooler than the stuff that they took from like the Fallout 1, pretty much as the basic power armor that they sort of like use now in everywhere, really. I mean, it does have more like retrofuturistic feel, I guess, to it, but yeah, I kind of like the advanced power armor more. It looks cooler. It looks cooler. What else we have? The Enclave armor? Yeah, advanced power armor is super good. So I like Vegas, for example, because you can have it there too, and it looks really nice. There's also a modified version, the with extra energy resistance, like the Tesla version or something. That one was also pretty cool. There's the thing with like the difference between like Obsidian and like Black Isle Fallouts and the Bethesda Fallouts. Bethesda just kind of like, they have like these like, you know, like the stamps that they just like slap on it and they just like stick to them super hard. There should be Brotherhood of Steel. They should wear this particular looking armor, you know. There should be those super mutants on like 100% and everything, right? And stuff. And then you just play like Obsidian stuff and things are completely different. Like Brotherhood of Steel is not, you know, like some main power, but more like, you know, fucking, you know, dying sect of fanatics that is slowly kind of just getting self-destroyed in a way, unless you interrupt. hardcore lore guys that dictate this. I don't think it actually even like the lore stuff. It's more like it's not the lore stuff. It's like the stale stuff. Like they literally, in my opinion, they literally just like stick to the kind of like the fan service things. They just like know those things that, you know, like it's on the basic instincts level. Like, you know, you see this like power armor and you know what's happening, right? You hear Brotherhood of Steel, you know what is happening. Like they just, yeah, they don't try to like change something, invent something. They just stick to the like the pillars of the series. Like Super Mutants were already like gone basically. Like Fallout 2 has already like remnants of Master's army. They kind of like, you know, like sort of dying breed. They can reproduce, right? And those that are left, they at least kind of like made into something more interesting. Like Broken Heels, right, with Marcus and everything, like has a little bit of kind of like depth to mutants in a way. And then comes Bethesda and like, you know, just like orcs basically. The orcs are back. And suddenly they managed to create themselves, you know, all over the US pretty much. All of a sudden. So yeah, it's kind of not something I don't really like about it. They just like stuck too much on it. Somehow Palpatine returned. Yep, basically. Pretty much. Even Brotherhood of Steel also being like those like paladins and like, you know, shiny armor when they never were. Yeah, when they never were, man. So like that's why I really do like Vegas way more. They have like way more depth to everything, really. Like even by returning, you know, kind of like doing the fun service, right? They still kind of like reinvented them a bit, right? Like even Enclave they returned, but it's still kind of this like side faction that you can completely miss, right? And it's like the faction with a lot of like depth to it and kind of like a twist to it and everything. And Brotherhood is the same. Like Brotherhood questline in New Vegas is super cool. Like how you kind of like turn all that in Vegas is like, I love that shit. Hater Moscow. Thank you, man. Thank you. It did. Very nice. Just FPV pools all across. I mean, technically they should be, right? Like, even though, again, that was like developed in Mariposa, right? Like they moved the development to Mariposa and everything. Maybe okay, there's like more facilities that were developing that stuff. And I mean, FPV is everywhere in the air too, but like, you know, you don't have mutants spawning out of the thin air. Like you need to dip people in the VOD with that stuff, right? So there should be like more places that have those VODs with FPV. You need someone who will start dipping them into these VODs, right? Like, okay, fine, you maybe fell into VOD accidentally, but like we didn't hear about any new masters, for example. So like somehow there's a lot of people who fell in the VODs and became mutants pretty much. And even the super mutants in Vegas, if you take them, like you have the schizophrenic Nightkins that are also leftovers of Master's army again. Like in New Vegas, they are still, you know, like the remains of Master's army that just migrated somewhere. So you have like the Nightkins that are kind of those orcs again. But those orcs at least have this, like, you know, all this, like, extra lore on them that because of the usage of Stealth Boy, they just become schizophrenic pretty much. And there's even a fucking doctor who cures them of that. And you have a companion that is schizophrenic super mutant that thinks he's fucking grandma or something. It's like, I don't know, like, I don't want to kind of, like, sound like super fanboying, but, like, it's way fucking better. Oh, the series, I don't know. I haven't watched series yet, so I can't say anything. I do think I probably will just enjoy it because like I just don't hold Fallout to like some crazy, you know, like quality standards anymore because like I already seen that Bethesda did with it, so I'm just enjoying it right now. I'm just like, oh, there's like, you know, Nuka-Cola, Pip-Boy, Power Armor, Brotherhood of Steel. Oh shit, feels good, man. That's all there is to it already. I enjoy Fallout 76. That already says a lot, you know. I just give up on that. So I don't want to kind of like, you know, be like all this like actually, you know, but like actually, you know. Institute is also a really shit faction, in my opinion. So I guess whenever they try to reinvent something, Institute is garbage. Like, in general, concept of Institute is kind of cool, but it's just like, it's weird because like if you have such a high-tech, you know, like developed, smart, intelligent, you know, like rich in a way in terms of resources and everything, and access with a lot of technology faction, and they just fucking sit underground and pretty much just like, you know, imploding until some like, you know, thawed like frozen vegetable, you know, pops up and suddenly like turns everything like good for them. Like, that's weird. Yeah, they have that like a whole android army. They have problems with like energy supply. Dude, you can like recreate the leader of like every nearby fucking settlement and just like, you know, do whatever you want pretty much. You know, let's put it that way. Waste the time picking stuff up. I like that actually. Like the scavenging part is good. The scavenging part is good. Like if it, like my favorite, like why I also like the old, like Vegas also has one thing that they didn't like about it is that, you know, the nature is healing. Like you feel that it's not exactly the despair game anymore. Like I like 1 and 2 because it's despair. You feel, you know, like that everything is like post-apocalyptic, you know. I like that feel. That's what I like about it. I wanted to be on Diamond City for fun for next 100 years, yeah. Wasting hours picking up tin cans. I mean, that's still fun though. That's realistic, you know. You just kind of like, you know, scavenge and acquire resources. That's how it would be. That sounds good to me. See there, Mosca. See, still hoping all the accounts there. See how it is. Yeah, and the teleportation stuff. Like they overdid with technology. Like when you have someone like with access to teleportation, like your lore is basically you kind of exposing yourself. It's kind of is the same as introducing like some sort of a different timelines to the lore. It's like it's over, man. You just now into like some sort of like, you know, comic book fiesta for like the next decades with like when you can, oh yeah, that happened this way because it's a different timeline, you know, or something like that. And that I don't like, when you start introducing some gimmicks to the story that are like just way too much and also kind of not really fitting and realistic, because like it's fucking teleportation, man. Like you have access to teleportation, you are like super powerful, man. And you just like sit there dying before like, you know, your director's dead. Get out of the fridge and save you. Like, come on, dude. That's dumb. You can literally teleport anywhere. You have giga weapons. You have the army of fucking androids and stuff who can replicate anyone. And you suck. Like, come on, man. What is this? At least then create some sort of like, you know, like weird stuff. Like Brotherhood originally, right? Like some technical fanatics that their fanaticism kind of like drove them down. Like, yeah, sure, they have teleportation. They have a bunch of other cool stuff, but they are kind of like fucked in the head. And that's why they just kind of like wasting that opportunity. But they seem kind of reasonable and normal, you know, but they still waste the opportunity. Mess up a story, you gotta start adding multiverses. Yeah, that is the problem that I don't like. Like the railroad, for example, like if already, you know, institute exists, then railroad was kind of at least kind of interesting concept pretty much. Even though also sometimes kind of weird and everything, but still was kind of concept was interesting. But the institute itself was kind of like, I don't know, man. The quest when the institute was in Fallout 3 with the railroad, right? That was cool. Like a little bit of it, like keeping it a little kind of in the shadow, a little kind of secret organization and everything. That was kind of nice. That was interesting. But then you get kind of like to know them and you realize how PPA that faction is in terms of writing. Yes, Dave, yeah. And it's also like because my opinion, right? Like in like the original Fallouts and what was New Vegas, they just it's the same cohesive universe. They have some sort of like, you know, they have it like all laid in plan. Like it's like, you know, like you play the game and you know what happens in that region. You play the game and you know what happens in the region of the previous game. You know what happened with the faction from previous games. It kind of like, it's like the consistent storytelling, persistent, I don't know, storytelling. And Fallout is kind of like this like Final Fantasy sort of. You just have like sort of disconnected the new Fallout from Bethesda, right? It's like it's Final Fantasy. Like every single game is its own thing. Like they're not really connected outside of like having like their own Sid, which is like Brotherhood of Steel, right? And like their own like chocobos, that is like Vertibird or something, right? Like they have those like connecting like things from the universe, but like the games themselves, you can just like split them and nothing changes really. And from like the original Fallouts, you can completely remove them and nothing changes because they never really got any connections. Like the only connection Bethesda did, the only mention of original Fallouts Bethesda did, well, they were like small mentions, right? Like there was Black Isle, and they had like the Ebon Atoll ship in the museum in Fallout 3 somewhere. That is kind of like, you know, like the connection to the, like some sort of like the, you know, the bow to the original creators of the game, and even that was like super eluded. But like the only actual direct connections they did ever was in Fallout 76, and ironically, because they did need to explain how the fuck Brotherhood of Steel appeared in Fallout 76 when technically it's not even created yet in the timeline. So they did need to connect those just to explain it, and they did, which actually was kind of nice. The Brotherhood of Steel like quest line in Fallout 76 is actually kind of cool. I can recommend. It's all right. It's actually quite all right. Like, wish they would did more of that, you know, like connecting and making like the cohesive universe that improves your storytelling. Because you don't like, you know, oh, well, we would do this in this region, we do that in that region. And I think even with the show, right? I haven't watched, so I don't know, but I think already people kind of like asking Todd, like, the fuck is this? Like, what did he do with a whole bunch of events of Fallout New Vegas? And he said, nah, they're all there, it's all canon, yeah, we didn't touch anything. But that means that they already also tried to kind of like, you know, make something else, something new there without connecting it with older games, and it already kind of looks weird. The Fallen Earth MMO, yeah, I really wanted to play that one. I did play it on beta a little bit, but yeah, I kind of wanted to succeed. They're remaking it actually, so maybe we'll get our chance to feel the vibe, maybe. So yeah, it's kind of like I can like rant about like the Fallout stuff forever, obviously, but yeah, I just kind of like in general I'm not like mad or anything already. It's whatever. I just kind of like. I wouldn't mind, like, if anything, like, I wouldn't mind some, like, spin-offs or something. Maybe by Obsidian or something. That would be kind of cool. Especially since the timeline of modern Fallout kind of went already so far away from the apocalypse that it doesn't even feel like apocalypse anymore. Like as I said, you play, like, Fallout 76, which is actually even closer to apocalypse than modern game, and you just don't even feel like it's apocalypse. Not even because of, like, the green trees and stuff. That's kind of fine. They explain it, sort of, in the lore. Fine, I'll take it. But, like, you know, like... NPCs, the survivors, the settlers that are trying to rebuild, and you know, like in the post-apocalyptic world with raiders around and a bunch of monsters and stuff, and they just like you know, talking, thinking aloud, like which sandwich to pick, like bro, which sandwich, like whatever you fucking find today, you eat. Like it just like doesn't feel like there's like some sort of like post-apocalyptic shit going on or some tough stuff, which is also maybe kind of like way harder to convey through you know, your regular like third person, first person game, because like obviously like all the Fallouts are good in terms of immersion because, you know, you don't see a lot, so your brain just kind of like creates your own picture, and that's why it's like way better, because, you know, a lot of it is up to your imagination. But I mean, Vegas also already was like third first person and feels way better and way more immersive, to be honest. Probably, Steve, probably. A big builder with survival mechanics. Well, I mean, there is a tabletop that probably is pretty much that, I assume. I mean, some like deck builder kind of like Ultan's game, for example, in post-apocalyptic, you know, like in the Wasteland, that would work too, I feel. Really good, actually, too. See, Ultan, that will be your second attempt. If the medieval stuff not gonna work, you just make a post-apocalyptic stuff. There you go. Easy life. Easy life, man. And some magical stuff can explain with like mutations and everything. There you go. Oh, there you go. Neo Scavenger, I actually own it. I kind of wanted to, but like never really got around to it. The Fallout RTS time, yeah. The PP, I get a launcher there. Just to see all of this shit here too. There we go. Senior SC, yeah. Fallout RTS, that's the thing also, if they will make Fallout RTS, we're gonna get, you know, faction Brotherhood of Steel, we're gonna have faction, you know, mutants or something. And that's gonna be like Warhammer, you know, like Space Marine versus Orcs pretty much, in a way, I would assume. Could be kinda cool still, like it could be fun, right, like, whatever, if the game is good. Ironically, would be kinda okay, actually. Free games, oh, the lease are gonna be for free, huh? Спасибо. Some food gear. Industry also for free. Oh, that's the Industry 2 they announced recently. Make a Paradox game out of it. I mean, some sort of... some grand strategy stuff. That would be actually kind of cool in Fallout universe. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I do agree. That is not explored that much. Like, I would love to, like, do something with exploring, you know, kind of like the post-apocalyptic sort of, like, society. That would be really nice. Like how, you know, like the interpersonal and political things would develop in the society past like the apocalypse and stuff, when people got, you know, the worst shit and them unleashed and everything. That would be something cool. And the Fallout but medieval, alright. Skull and Bones, there it is, man. Still there, still there. Dead Island 2 new DLC. It's literally just like the title. Alright. Yeah, I think it's Sola, yeah. Nice title you got there, I guess. Yeah, Dead Island 2 as Sola. Them window deliveries, yeah. Feels good, man. See, at least seeing other stuff for free. That's pretty nice. Oh, sorry. I'll look at No Rest for the Wicked. At some point I probably will. But first, 30 access. Second, limited healing items. And third, durability. Like, as soon as I checked why the mixed reviews, I was like, well, I probably wouldn't like that too. Thank you guys, thank you. Like, I think you can request the key and everything, but like, unless they're gonna send it, I'm not even gonna bother myself. I'm just gonna wait until it's like, you know, changed, fixed, and maybe like closer to release or something, because early access just can burn out and over. It's over. There's already like Hades 2 in the playtest now that you can actually kind of like get the key on for too. Maybe we'll see. But I still burned out on early access of Hades 1 so hard that I haven't played anything Hades since then. Etikon, hello. Game showers you and hitting items though? I see. That is so like but pretty, alright. Yeah, showers might be alright at least. I just kinda like saw, because like, yeah, not everyone is a god gamer. Like if it showers Ella because he's barely using any, then for someone like me who's just gonna be like, you know, doing a bunch of tries probably on the bosses, as I said, like if the game kinda like wants you to learn the boss moveset and how, you know, to fight them. But then, like, every few tries, you just need to kind of, like, go and farm items and durability, like, resources. Then it's not something I will enjoy. Wait, daily, weekly stuff? Wait, how so? Wait, what's daily, weekly stuff there they have? Because, yeah, I ain't a god gamer. I need some learning and stuff on the boss fights and shit, usually. I mean, depends, right? In some games, even not being a god gamer, you still kind of, like, be fine. But in some games, I do need at least, like, a few hours of attempts, like in Lies of P, for example. Still was, like, on some bosses for a few hours. And then you run out of healing, and that's pain. That was the thing I didn't like in Bloodborne, for example, too. So it's not like that unique. I've been there. But my first playthrough of Bloodborne, I kind of just enjoyed exploring and, like, farming, you know, like, well, you weren't farming weapons, but, like, at least, like, you know, upgrade materials and everything at some point. And I was farming the blood to buy, like, the access to some of the weapons and everything, too. Some materials and everything, so I kind of, like, didn't really notice it that much in the early game. And in the late game, I remember I just went, you know, to the Shadows versus Pigs. Did a few runs there and bought a shitload of vials and didn't have... And it wasn't my problem anymore for a while. With real-time building upgrades like in some Bros game, the fuck? Holy, that's some interesting decisions they had there in game design. Yeah, daily and weekly challenges in the single-player game, not sure, man, not sure. Unless maybe they have some sort of, like, you know, kind of this, like, side thing that you can, like, flex, for example, that you just kind of, like, return and play the game more. Still kind of weird, though. Still kind of weird, though. But yeah, I wouldn't mind at some point to try it. Or we'll see. I will upgrade timer. Oof. That's some weird stuff. That's some weird stuff, dude. Can't say I like what I hear. Alright, let's see what do we have there. I'm gonna sell you some boosters for the time. Yeah, I wonder. How's the colony ship doing review-wise, actually? Pretty solid, very solid, actually. That I'll need to get into. This I'll need to get into. This one mostly, very recently. Good. Maybe they will appear again when they start pumping, like, some DLCs and everything. That was with the Pathfinder too. I didn't contact on the initial release, but then when it's gonna be when it was time to pump the DLCs, that's when, like, every DLC they're just kind of like, yo, wanna play our DLC? I mean, sure, bro. Yes, serious, I see. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Still didn't patch it. They still didn't patch it. Yeah, I would be mad. I would be fucking pissed, dude. Holy. I would be very pissed. That's what happened with the Insomnia, the arc for me, but at least after, like, a month or something, they patched it. Well, I think today, I doubt it. Probably not today. I'm just gonna get through the news, huh? Maybe next week some. Well, on the weekend for sure, but maybe during work days too, we'll see.
I love you guys.
Oh shit, Trebek. Alright, welcome back to the dungeon. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you. 6 years. Insane. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm just, like, numbing some food real quick. Real quick. Some fish soup. It's been some time, yeah. It's been some time. Actually, put some stuff on. One moment, there was. Oh yeah, this I wanted to check. This one actually gonna be out in May, I think, and it looks kind of interesting. It's like this sort of like dungeon crawler RPG, the Cyberpunk one. Yes, it's gonna be out of early access very soon. Turn-based and everything too. Looks kinda dank. I'm not sure exactly. And the reviews are decent too and everything, considering it's in early access for a while. Since 2021. Yeah, 13th of May launching. Apparently there's like the first part of this one too. Not as good as Darklore is. The first one is even danker, I guess. So short is not worth playing. Well, that was in 2022. Hopefully since then there was some content, I guess. This might be kind of interesting. We'll see how the release will go. Yeah, well, I haven't watched this. And this is actually a big boy there. I missed this one. So might as well. Well, I throw some food in. Still need to do the first one then.
When it seems you're out of luck, there's just one man who gives a fuck. A friend who'll never leave you stuck. Now who can that friend be? Henry, our hero Henry.
It's been a while, but now we can finally show you Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Didn't see an announcement video, but portable hello.
I always dreamt of leaving this place. Becoming more than a peasant.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life? It can end before it gets started.
Congratulations, Sir Knight. You finally become a man.
Wake up! Pull yourself together, Henry.
Nobody will hand anything on a platter to men like you and me.
You still have a long way to go till your work is done.
O merciful God, be kind and protect us so we don't blow our arses off. Amen.
Hello and welcome. My name's Tom McKay, and together with Luke Dale, we're here to present the first in-depth look at Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2, an action RPG set in a realistic world of the late Middle Ages.
We're in Kuttenberg, a gorgeous city at the heart of Europe, but also at the heart of KCD2. So let's take you into the world of the game with the help of Warhorse, the creators of this medieval saga.
It's almost exactly 10 years since I was doing a video like this, introducing our new game. It's almost exactly 6 years since this game called Kingdom Come Deliverance was finally
For the
released.
street portable, thank you, sir.
So now it's perfect opportunity to show you what we have been working on those 6 years, which is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And where else to do it than in this magnificent cathedral in this royal city of Kuttenberg, where majority of this game takes place. Back then, 10 years ago, at the beginning, it was only 11 of us in a small office. Now it's 250 people working very hard for years to bring you the ultimate medieval RPG adventure.
Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2 follows the adventures of Henry, a young lad who barely survives the invasion of a raiding force on his village. Henry embarks on a quest of revenge against those who butchered his family and burned his home to the ground.
As a trusted squire and friend to young Sir Hans, our hero Henry is sent on a simple mission, but things turn ugly very soon.
Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2 is a continuation of Henry's previous adventures, but the story's written in such a way that it's perfect for newcomers to Henry's journey.
Henry is a character that I think everybody can identify with because he starts off as a kind of nobody and goes through life with all these immense challenges. And I feel like everybody can relate to that.
Hans is all the kind of fun times and all the kind of ebullience and joy that Henry has in himself, but it takes a bit of accessing, and I think Hans really helps him to do that.
Whew. You were right about our stench.
Let's hope this water isn't too cold. You wouldn't want your pride and joy shrinking.
I'm more worried about it being too deep.
Come on.
What we are making now is what it was supposed to be
RPG.
in the beginning, but we were not able to do it because we didn't have enough resources and experience and all that stuff. We've proven that the concept works, and now we can take it to another level, which we always wanted. The game is much bigger in scope. Original game we had, I don't know, 3 hours of cutscenes. Now we have more than 5. Regarding the size of the world, it's 2 times bigger than it was. The story is longer and much more epic. So previously it was about an issues of small nobility with bandits in their villages. Now it's about problems of kings.
This is a
The
behemoth
kinky
of a game in
problems.
comparison to the first, in my opinion. I think it's got so much more energy and pace and adventure and action and fun and trial and tribulation and just everything that you could want from setting up the characters so beautifully in the first game and then throwing them out there and going, right, let's see what you're made of. This is going to be so much fun.
Henry is a young guy, so he's not really like so deeply entrenched in his already, set character traits. So you can build your Henry in a different ways.
And that all means that it's actually on you who you want to be. You can save the world, or you can help to punish it for its sins. The combat is also historically accurate, but we don't want to do that for the historical reasons of something. We want to do that for the immersion, and we want you to feel the sword in your hand. We want you to feel threatened by the enemies on the battlefield. We want you to fight for your life.
As far as missile weapons go, we added new type of weapon. We added crossbows. Also, some early firearms.
That sometimes kind of look like it's, like VR
Kingdom
friendly
Come
in a way.
feels like the good old school RPGs. It will always surprise you what you can and cannot do.
You can be better in combat. You can be a sweet talking guy who talks his way out of problems. You can be a charming knight. You can be a thief, a scoundrel. Anything you do will be recorded. People will remember it. If they saw you do that, our crime system will react to that.
For example, when you are, drunk and naked, people comment on that on the street, and now you can also reply. You can tell them, oh, I'm sorry, or you can tell them, piss off, man.
If you do a lot of criminal stuff around the village, people will start to be suspicious. They will greet you differently. So try to make these little things collapse into like greater mosaic where your actions are really reflected.
It will always surprise you what can be done in Kingdom Come.
As you always say.
We are moving to different places, so one
The
map
gameplay.
is taking place on the actual place that's called Bohemian Paradise. And it's really beautiful nature with quite unusual rocky formations all around. And then we are moving to totally different, rather urban countryside surrounding huge silver mining, very rich city. So there's this big city.
The Gutenberg is a huge step forward for us, and it was, I would say, biggest challenge in the game. Because from those small outskirts and small cities, we are really getting in one of the richest cities in the medieval Europe.
And it's really big. It's even too big, in my opinion.
We are trying
That
to
might be the
go
problem.
beyond that usual muddy, dirty medieval world, dark ages where everyone is dying from famine and war.
It was really colorful. It wasn't dark at all. We have really beautiful environments. Players should go and explore all those little woods and beautiful rocks and castles.
The thing that I love about the game most is just wandering around, because the nature is really beautiful. It's really serene, peaceful, and it's full of secrets.
Music is a big part of the game. Jan Walta is the composer, as with the first game, because I think he's awesome, he's genius.
Oh shit, Jordy. Thank you, man. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you, thank you. That's a big one. Thank you, Jordy. Thank you, sir. Pushing that goal ever so close. Insane. Thank you, Jordy. Thank you, man. Esiste, I see.
You'll be blown away.
In this game, you can experience something you cannot experience anywhere else.
I think players will be really impressed by that.
My message to the fans would be you are in for a ride.
Thank you for all your support. Please follow us on our journey to create something unique. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 will be released by the end of this year.
See you in KCD2.
Nice. 2024. We'll see. Don't believe it's 2024. Yeah, considering they just dropped it all. I mean, they were working on it for a while already, so it is kind of possible. But I do kind of expect there's going to be delays. I do kind of feel like there will be some. I do kind of believe there will be some. Yeah, I need to start and finish the first two. Well, seems like summer for now looks kind of like it might be a good time. We'll see. Video was also done last year, December. Holy, alright. Interesting. I mean, yeah, they do be working on it for a while already, and there's a huge team now too. But yeah, we'll see, we'll see. Well, I mean, by the end of 2024, with no date, is also could be just a thing for like the Corpa boys, I feel. And then it's gonna be delayed, I feel. Maybe. I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, I kind of feel like this, like, you know, no exact date, even though, I mean, kind of, you know, 30% almost in 2024. There is not like that crazy much left, and there's still no date. Just it kind of gives me the same vibe as with Greedfall 2. Even though this at least kind of showed some gameplay and more information, Greedfall didn't show even that. So this already in a better state than Greedfall feels like. But Greedfall also gonna be early access release, and this gonna be full release. But I think both kind of potentially might be delayed. It could be just like one of those, you know, like, let's announce it for like this year, so, you know, investors are happy, Corpus happy, and then we just delay it. We'll see. We'll see how this work. Hope I am wrong, I see, Jordy, I see. Should, man, you should. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Alright, let's go. I get them on the use. Lawbreakers is making an unofficial comeback thanks to fans. Well, something you didn't expect, probably, eh? Lawbreakers coming back, see below. Interested in this weekend's public test or future tests, join the Realm Discord server to learn how to get set up and keep up with the current news. So apparently there's still even like some funds for the Lawbreakers, alright. I'm not sure, not sure. I'm not sure if it was that big. But I mean, the Gigantic kind of like got back somewhat decent, right? So Cliffy Bill's still in the industry. It's like someone said back in the day, you know, the first ever communist game developer makes games that bring no profits, you know. After the Lawbreakers and what was the another BR game there or something. I think he blocked that person on Twitter though after that. But that was a good one, I think. I think that was a good one. Eden Chronicle, 100 heroes and more assemble on Xbox Game Pass this month. Harold the Hollywood gonna be already is on Game Pass. Orcs Must Die 3, EA Sports NHL 24, Eden Chronicle 100 heroes, not a Crab's Treasure on that one too. Manor Lords, there it is. That's gonna be pumping there. Have a nice death, April 30th. Alright. Fight scene light dangerous. Not really, not really. Jordy though, yeah, Jordy is Jordy playing even both of those. Damn son. Insane. Oh, it didn't work with the pedals plugged in. Then, son, maybe it's time to bind the pedals and adjust your controls. Leaving 7 Days to Die, BCG Sports, NHL 22, Loot River, Pico Nico, and Ravenlock. Alright. Yes, Manor Lord is also on Game Pass on 26. So if you're not sure about buying it, but you have Game Pass, you can check it there. I do be enjoying it myself, though. I do be enjoying it myself, not gonna lie. I sure do. And gonna be still enjoying it for at least this week for sure. Alright, since we missed this one, being announced during April 2024 Nintendo Indie World. Little Kitty Big City. Alright, another cat-like, I see. Yars Rising, who that be? 2D Metroidvania spin-off of the 1982 classic Yars Revenge. Side-scrolling platformer, alright. Hime Kimura. Blast robots, climb platforms, sneak through vents, hide in doorways, and more. Alright, who'd that be? Who would that be?
Like you're meant for something more.
We have some game players.
You can do it.
I guess anime is fuck shit, alright.
Hey there! Emi
Okay, there are some game players.
AKA Yar. If you want to use my handle, which you totally should, join me on a high-stakes sci-fi action adventure in Yar's Rising, the newest game from
So quirky and stuff. Alright, let's see. Refined Self personality test game. Choice-driven adventure. Android whose creator passed away. I'm not aware of its purpose. You'll piece together your past by interacting with characters, making decisions to determine what the doctor had in mind for you. Decisions mold the android into one of 23 personality types. A hero, researcher, artisan, or gambler. Whichever the case, Refined Self encourages multiple playthroughs, and you can share results and compare choices and personality results with other players. Okay. The steering wheel, man, I would love to have one. But yeah, with like traveling around is not really an option. And back home I kind of wanted to get one, but the prices, oof, it was insane. So does this work? Actually. So we do like the personality test stuff that way, alright. Didn't expect it to look this way, I guess, though, but I mean, maybe. I might be interesting. So the decision-making stuff, alright. That seems kind of more of the, like, the experience kind of game. It might be not for everyone. Sticky business. The DLC? Oh yeah, the DLC, okay, I see. Smart levels to reach Satan himself. It's not a side scroller or something. Demo will be available later today. Alright, so there's like the demo even and stuff. It's like Pizza Tower at home or something.
I'm gonna find out who did this and blast them into teeny tiny little pieces.
Yeah, actually, yeah. That does sound like it, I guess.
Is this red guy?
The Pizza Tower sequel, yeah. I'm not sure. It does seem like a very close one to it. The horizontal Pizza Tower, I guess. Let's see what they did there. Oh, Valley Peaks, mountain climbing frog, eh? There are more frog legs there. The game players there. Nintendo has like its own atmosphere there. Its own vibe, eh? So it's a Pizza Tower like, alright, I see. Not the same devs then. For climbing. The frog-like sounds good though. The insane frog-likes. Lorelei and the laser eyes. Team behind Sayonara Wild Hearts. Wouldn't Sayonara Wild Hearts like quite the ding stuff? Even way to ding sometimes even maybe. Non-linear puzzle game. Journey becomes nightmarish and surreal adventure sporting over 100 puzzles. Oof, I see how it is. Now that's a true horror game, dude. The 100 puzzles there. Hey, Europa we saw the free demo available. The reveal trailer even. That's the old one then. Mostly new, mostly. Well, I mean, not all of this. This is actually kind of not Nintendo backed, I think. It's just released on Nintendo. I don't think they back any of that. He gets the money, hello. Could be, could be. Yeah, Europa looks interesting. Maybe not exactly kind of like my type of stuff. Yeah, but yeah, it looks nice. It's like the old trailer, I think, already.
All we did was unlock the life that was sleeping within.
It's also a bunch of puzzles and stuff, basically, right? Exploring Alien Moon, eh?
But it's not finished.
Find the secrets of lost civilization.
We're trying to build something better than what we left behind.
Oh, yeah, this one actually might be nice. Not exactly my jam, but yeah. And these are not really backed by Nintendo. It's just basically like indie games that are published on Switch, so... Like, I don't think most of them don't have anything to do with Nintendo, outside of being on their platform, really. Cat Quest we saw. Stitch. Embroidery fans rejoice. Damn son, alright, that's not exactly my jam, probably. Yes, Team World High still. In the series, I see. With the naval combat there. The Cat Quest. Dark Souls game. Some of the trailer. Actually, I think we kind of seen that in the III announcement with naval combat. Brimstone sounds familiar, actually. Brimstone does sound familiar. Oh, the Brimstone is the game, actually. So there is this kind of different. Now overthrown, alright. Have we seen this one? I do kind of recognize City Builder Overthrown. I think I might be mixing it up though with something else. So this one is even with the City Builder for 1 to 6 players even. With some dankness going on, I guess. Wonder why no Steam page yet though. I wonder. The Overthrown, yeah. Core gameplay looks good, yeah. Seems nice, Got the heist going there.
The morning, I wake up to the sea breeze. I can feel it, but I see it in the trees. All around is a life of undelightment. Oh, when I wake up, it's waiting there for me. Can you feel it, this life of undelightment? Oh, I can feel it all through my metal being. Ooh, yes, I must confess, I can see the sunshine tossed into the drifts. I can see the wind fight. Oh no, I must have shown too much of my ways. How I have some good days out of the haze. Around is a life of undelightment.
The Steam World, yeah. They have a whole bunch of stuff. They usually like pretty much every single game is kind of like something new most of the time. A new genre too. But sometimes they do be doing sequels though and stuff. That one actually managed to get like a bunch of like the fun bases there, I guess.
I wake up, it'll be waiting there for me.
It might be nice, let's see. Yeah, the Fallout TV series renewed for season 2. I mean, not really surprising. Still yet to see the first, but you already had all the Fallout you happened earlier. That we did. Telltale Games released new screenshots of The Wolf Among Us 2 alongside development update. Man, they taking a while for the type of game it is. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Yeah, announced in 2019. Can keep track of the Telltale state of existence. I mean, true. Wasn't there the Expanse or whatever wasn't really doing that bright, I think there, right? I wasn't doing that crazy good, huh? Can't give a big update yet. A little something for you in progress shots. Current build. Work continues. Fabletown game will be back. Thanks for being fans. Was Epic exclusive there? I see. Yeah, what, like, I don't know, man. I guess it just kind of feels like in such a genre, already like working on it for 5 years. That sounds kind of like dank. Unless it's gonna be huge, but I kind of like don't really think so. Kind of even lost interest, I see. Yeah, I don't really like it. It's not my genre. I watched the first game playthroughs like multiple times actually, though different streamers really back in the day. But yeah, kind of not exactly my cup of tea anyway. But still quite interesting that it's like takes that long. Takes that long actually to develop already. I'm very curious, man. Taking their sweet time. Taking their sweet time. Which is, I mean, a good thing. Just like, yeah, I hope it's not gonna be another closure of Telltale games after that. Yeah, with streams as God intended. I mean, for those games, to be honest, that is a good way to do it. I tell you that personally. Personally. UK games market grew 4.4% to £7.82 billion in 2023. Software sales up 4.1%. Hardware also grew 2.1% compared to 2022. But we are in a bad condition, man. We need to fire people. Which growth? It's so lies, man. It's so lies. And mobile sales up. PC software sales up. Console software up. Box sales are low though. They're open still. Yeah, I think Expanse didn't go that well. That's the thing. Yeah, I think Expanse people didn't really receive like that crazy well, if I remember correct. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of like wondering how it's gonna go this time. How it's gonna go this time. Success of games including Diablo 4, Hogwarts Legacy, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom, EA Sports FC 24, Baldur's Gate 3. All contributed to the health of the market. Now they always like attribute, you know, like the health and the success of the market just to some like few big games. Not even touching the smaller stuff that might maybe actually potentially even created the bulk of it, you know. I mean, true sock, true. I think a lot of those actually who do the firing are basically like thriving though. Quite often. Quite often. Content Warning sells 1 billion units. A Landfall published title released on April 1st, 6.6 million players getting it for free in its first 24 hours. So basically people who were late to the party, there was still 1 billion people late to the party who actually bought it. That was not the bad, you know, release and marketing strategy then, I guess. Market grew just like inflation. I mean, yeah, not false. That is also kind of true. That is also kind of true. Another lethal company like up them, son. Well, we're gonna be in the season of those for a while now. Probably. Probably. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth leads a surge of new hits. Japan monthly charts. Square Enix RPG nearly tripled the sales of the next biggest releases. Princess Peach, Showtime, and Unicorn Overlord. That's what Japan is playing there. Fantasy, Princess Peach, Rise of the Ronin, Dragon's Dogma. Sold like shit in Japan. I mean, if it tripled the next one, then that also was here. So I'm not sure if those sold that bad. As here as I say. Can overload, overlord. And Momotaro Dentes is still there too. Not even going anywhere. Unicorn Overlord even twice. On PS5 and on Switch. As another Final Fantasy games could be. the state of the corporate stuff a little bit there, I think I saw. Peterson Studios are at the mercy of this house of cards that is the funding system that we've built. True. GDC 2024. Glow Up Games co-founder explained how funding is structural issue impacting the labor market. There's like some of the highlights that was kind of nice there. Yeah, think about that and about the ways in which games funding is structured. You start seeing a lot of similarities. Came from journalism, and a lot of journalism over the last 10 years has been managing through downturns and layoffs over and over again. I was at ESPN for 3 years, and there were 5 distinct rounds of layoffs. A team of 50 was one of the 9 left. Those kinds of experiences change you. A layoff is not something that happens just on the balance sheet. It's not just numbers, it also impacts people. Both those who have to leave and those who stay. And so after that, I took my career as an executive a lot more seriously, figuring that if I was going to do this, I could do this differently, and people wouldn't have to suffer the way that I saw my team suffer that day. You can see all these different headlines coming through where time and time again we are seeing layoffs as the solution to cash flow problems. The argument that I'm making today is that, we have this whole fear about the invisible hand that controls the markets, and particularly there is a lot that we can talk about in capitalism and free market economy. But in the games industry, funding is that invisible hand that is controlling labor. The notes of the articles are showcased. Well, I mean, yeah, just kind of like dump them in like pretty much like in like this server or something. The Reader's Digest, I could look into it. I could look how to do it better. It's kind of like, especially on Discord and stuff, it's annoying to dump all those articles because not a lot you can embed. I could try to look into something maybe. The Dinosaur Polo Club, yeah. JC Lau mentioned the unions being a powerful form of collective action, but for those who came from a journalism or film where unions are plentiful, one of the things you learn is that unions don't fix cash flow. They cannot help in that respect. They might be able to negotiate a better severance package, but they can't fix a structural issue like funding. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on and what's impacting the labor market. How games are funded, how indie studios are funded, and how even large studios are still at the mercy of this house of cards that is the funding system that we've built. So many ideas and so many talented folks who want to create games, but when you're trying to find someone that is going to fund your game, a lot of times you're trying to fit into their vision of what they want. If your vision is too far outside of that, you might not ever get funding regardless of the quality of your idea. My favorite publisher rejections was essentially all green lights. They loved the concept, loved what we were doing, and they agreed that the market we were serving, gamers of color and women in particular, were underserved. They knew this was important. They could see the cultural impact, but their response to us was, "We have never tried to speak to this audience. We're not going to be able to help you. We hope it works." If you look at who's getting funded, you'll start to notice it's very winner-take-all. I mean, pretty much. Last year there were 572 deals done, representing about $4.1 billion, but that was poured into 500 studios. It's a very, very small percentage of who's active, who's operating, and what's currently happening. And things to also remember is that they're looking for a profile that they feel like it's going to be successful. Yeah, I mean, gotta get them live services going. A disproportionate amount of people who have led large game studios. If you have not led a large game, if you have not led a large studio, you are seen as a risk. Culture doesn't allow for folks like us to come up, and it becomes an intractable issue, and it's very hard to solve it. And the other issue is that in the eyes of venture capital, labor is not an asset. The more employees you have, the more vulnerable you look. The more funders are going to wonder if you are not using contractors. Why are you trying to offer people benefits? One of the running jokes I have about funding Glow Up is that starting a for-profit studio in America is going to turn me into socialist. The amount of questions you get about health insurance, how you help people, is difficult, especially when you're just a small studio owner trying to make sure you have enough runway to get to the end of the project. Saints Row is an enormous franchise, and if you look at what happened, the $2 billion deal with Savvy Games Group fell through, and that took out the studio. Once again, a gaming funding is essentially a house of cards where you're jumping from deal to deal, hoping that you can get enough runway to last. Get you ahead or cash back out before you run out of money and opportunity. And for most people, when they play that game, they lose. 300 million investor. A sure thing, yeah. The funding dries up. Well, I mean, doesn't seem like it got like that much crazy worse than it already was before, seemed like, though. Facing crisis, and this crisis is being sparked by funding. A vast majority of people will never get venture capital to fund projects, particularly for black women entrepreneurs. We got, and this was last year when it was still okay, 0.67% of all venture capital funding. Number is smaller in games. The black women who have raised money, it's a glow up. Jessica Mira from Wicked Saints, Lauren Fraser from Raymond VR. Not a lot, more a Ben from Riot who will ever be able to raise. Told this joke at the ESPN, there's more men named John on the management team than women, and I feel like we are starting to develop on for funding and games. Now, when it compares situation to film, night and day, Peterson was keen to clarify the film is obviously not perfect either. The slide below shows a wide variety of funding sources that were featured at Sundance, Sex SW, and Tribeca. The equities and grants there. Streamers and studios tend to fully fund films, damn son. The money for the shit let me scream the loudest. Well, I mean, there is in general like what is the being like said here also is that like the labor stuff and everything is too connected to the stonks, to the corporate guys, basically. Like the corporate dudes defining things. But I mean, what will be the solution here, though? Like how you can like rebuild it to make it different. Like where are you gonna get the money then? That's like the only way. They bring the money, they, you know, dictate the rules. It sucks, but what can you do? What can you do? And yeah, corporate dudes, they gonna corporate. Like otherwise, yeah, you can go Kickstarter and everything. Yeah, one money proved that you earn it. Yeah, it kind of like went from like I thought it would be more about, you know, like the kind of like some sort of like the general issue and how to solve it. But yeah, it's more about like, yeah, the big boys take it all. No one else get anything. I mean, yeah, and like the more risky economies, the more it's gonna happen because yeah, to say the same reason why like Ubisoft, for example, is pivoting towards like only Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. Everyone is going for things that actually earn you money. And when the money is kind of getting like, I wouldn't say money is getting tight again, right? We saw the markets are growing and everything, but still there's like more risks involved. So the corporate dudes are trying to not, you know, experiment too much. They're trying to put more money into the projects they kind of trust, I guess, and believe. Why the layoffs? Well, that was like kind of like a bit of a. So that will be the main part of the talk. But yeah, basically no funding equals layoffs. The problem is like, yeah, the big studios, they didn't really lose the funding though. That's the thing. But also I feel like it's kind of like it's the fear of some studios also to like it's liability, as she said, right? Like having actual, you know, like workers and not contractors is a liability. Corporate guys see it as a liability. I guess, you know, the leadership of the company with big companies that also see it as a liability. Because, you know, you need to provide them with benefits and stuff. And yeah, if something like flops, for example, then you kind of out of it. You're out of business pretty much. But yeah, like the rest is like, well, what's the solution? That's the thing. I thought that maybe will be something about the solution, but yeah, it was just like a bunch of stats and how bad it is, because yeah, it's kind of hard to get the funding if you're small and stuff, especially from like underrepresented communities. I mean, that ain't gonna change. That ain't gonna change, man. The tighter the budgets will gonna get, the more it's gonna get, you know, streamlined in those big studios, because they know that the big studios time to unionize. Well, that was also kind of a good point that she made, though. Like the, you know, like all the movies and everything, they have unions too, but they not always kind of help, because the labor situation is defined by corporate guys, basically. Like, it's not defined by anything else. It's literally like investors. Like, if investors like think that you have like too many workers, too many risks because you have those workers, then people gonna fire them, no matter how, you know, how good the investment will be and stuff. If they see it as a risk, they just gonna fire them. And the union will just like, yeah, help to renegotiate, you know, better severance packages and stuff, but they still gonna fire those people most likely anyway, if they really want to. But better severance is good, so I think the union is a thing. Depends how great the union too. Well, I mean, if there would be one that would have like, that's the problem. It's like, it's in the gaming industry. It's like it should be like the huge union of like game designers, of all the game designers. And even that probably not gonna stop them. Like, writers also probably not gonna stop them. Like, I mean, you know, Bethesda games exist. They don't need writers. They can just like pump some shit and it will work. So it's only if like developers or something will like, you know, just kind of like protest or something. All of them, like the union in Hollywood, right? With the writers and everything protesting then, and that actually kind of did get some, at least, result. But that's because literally all of them went there. All of them like went on a strike, and it all was kind of like, you know, on a hold for all the time they were still, you know, protesting. That did work. In development, I feel it's gonna be hard to do that. Because first of all, it's kind of like more spread out, right? It's not just like the studios that are basically kind of sort of in Hollywood based, right? It's like all over the world. It's a lot of like, you know, remote workers. And again, the market right now has like a lot of people who got laid off. Market still has a lot of people who kind of want in and everything. So like, they just don't care. Like, you protesting, they're just gonna fire you and just get like someone else who wants to work in the industry pretty much. True, Sock, that is also true. Yes, you used about it, I see. Yeah, to that, if it will be to that extent, like if it actually would cause, you know, industry just like to put on hold completely for a while, then that would probably work. Otherwise, yeah, I don't really think it still would be better to have it. Like, even if you're gonna be getting fucked anyway, at least you're gonna be, you know, like, at least they're gonna have lube because union demands that. So like, that's already not too bad. But yeah, I think the problem isn't like basically in the corpa, and there is no other way. And the only other way is basically to return to like kickstarting, you know, crowdfunding, that kind of stuff. Like unconventional methods of monetization and stuff, and fundraising. But yeah, that's tricky. That's tricky. For indies though, that might work in my opinion. Huge corp are not going to be able to do it because, you know, when your budgets are like in hundreds of millions, you're not going to Kickstarter that. That's like impossible. And the biggest Kickstarters were like, what, like 1,000 of million maybe? I don't actually know. Like, I remember back in the day, it was like, you know, like Wasteland 2 was a record-breaking Kickstarter with 2 million or something. I assume since then it was kind of like maybe like 10 like million, maybe in that range. Probably below still. For them, that's not going to be enough. For them, that's not going to be enough. And yeah, when like the investor investing into like some studio, with workers and everything, then yeah, it makes sense that they're gonna invest into someone they know gonna make some profit with all those workers. Because already how many, even like recently we've seen, right? Like some studio from like with people who were working in all those huge companies, they built their own studio, hired like, you know, 50 people and stuff, got like millions in investment from like the venture capital and stuff. For 5 years we're working on something and then just closed, you know. Like that also happens all over the place, and like I kind of don't blame, you know, the corporate guys. They just don't want to throw money, you know, and down the drain. Like if you go and you know, you like either want to go and buy like something for your house or something, you probably kind of want to get something you kind of recognize and stuff, some sort of like known brand or some shit, instead of like known for being reliable, instead of like, you know, ordering something from AliExpress and kind of playing roulette. Even though it depends, sometimes you kind of do, sometimes you can, but that is literally playing roulette though sometimes. Will it be good? Will it be bad? You never know. You never know. And especially considering when they almost 100% know that they give money to those guys and they're gonna get profits back. Most of the time. There are exceptions, then obviously they're gonna go there. So yeah, I'm not sure. Like that, I don't see some solution to that stuff, because that's the only way to get money. It's like venture capital, corporate guys and stuff like that. They have money. Who else gonna give you money? I don't know. AAA companies could also make cheaper games. Yeah, that's absolutely no. That's for sure. Yeah. Like I'm not saying like we're just kind of like looking at it from perspective of, you know, like small studio looking for funding. Like obviously, like yeah, you're gonna have a hard time, very hard time. Even the studios, like what is Kyokin, or who was that, the one that was pitching to like hundreds of times and basically not finding anything. And this guy is with like experience, you know, not some like random guys, and they already suffer. So we're talking from that perspective. From the perspective in general, yeah, I do agree. Like they could like cut the budgets on many things a lot, for sure, 100%. But that still wouldn't change the fact that the investors would rather give them money. I feel like they even like increasing, you know, inflating those budgets for that particular reason, because they know that investors will still give money to them, not to someone else. So that's why they keep increasing those budgets, because yeah, it's just kind of like, I'm pretty sure it's also like, you know, like even the investment, the initial budget, it also kind of like, first of all, it's salaries to everyone, right? Including managers. All the managers, all the people working on the game, they probably kind of don't really mind working for a while and for a lot of money, because everyone gets paid a salary, everyone, you know, gets some bonuses and stuff. Some money probably, you know, gets lost in someone's pockets in between, most likely. I'm pretty sure like some of that stuff kind of happens one way or another. And yeah, they know that investors will still give them that money because they are like Bethesda, or they are like someone else, right? Because like, yeah, they're not gonna go to some like random indie studio and pay them like 10 times less, because there is a risk they're gonna lose all of it when they give this like full price to like Bethesda, and they're gonna make it all back and with profit, pretty much, most of the time. I mean, even Starfield in the end was, I think, very profitable, despite, you know, being not very POG. So yeah, and that's why I think, that's why there are some studios who are ready to like risks and to take some risks and everything. You know, I think it's kind of like, it's the same kind of, you know, like smart, like not smart, I guess. It's kind of like you can go like the long-term trading, just buying some like, you know, kind of like trustworthy stocks, and then just like waiting for a while, for years, and getting like some decent profit on them, you know. Or you can just like go, you know, you kind of don't really have much to invest, so you just kind of like buy some like, you know, like some random like startup companies or something, or maybe like some crypto shit or whatever, and just hoping that it's gonna explode. It might explode and then you make a shitload, right? Or it might be just rip your money. I feel like it's kind of the same way for investors, basically. Like you invest into stable stuff like AAA company, you're gonna get like moderate profit, but and probably over a long time, but you will get it. Or you just kind of like dump it into some like indie studios and then you might lose it all, or you might make like, or you might explode. It might be like next Balatro or something, or like, yeah, like some Vampire Survivors or something else. You never know. So yeah, this doesn't really provide a lot of insight on how to solve the problem, though. But the problem do be existing, and yeah, like all those layoffs and stuff, they basically attached to the investments. Like no matter what, like if there's no money, no one's gonna hold you there. It's impossible, like physically impossible. Just, you know, with no investments, with no money to pay people's salary and everything, it's just unreal. So like no matter how mad you can be at some companies, it's just impossible. But in case of some companies, they have the money and they can still pay the salary, but they still fire people, which again might be corporate though. And Nintendo's keeping Gamescom. Switch maker will not show at this year's event, but promises to hold other events throughout Germany. Damn, son. Gonna make their own Gamescom there. Decided against taking part in Köln. Instead, players can try out the games for Nintendo Switch as part of other Germany-wide events. Okay. Numerous other events in Germany. I do kind of feel like those events are kind of nice to announce stuff, like some loud stuff, but like to make people actually play and try the games, I think it's already not that good because there's just too many people. They're just not gonna be able to try your shit. And they're just not gonna be able to. Fallout Shelter's daily revenue rockets to $80,000 after TV show debut. Sensor Tower data also shows that downloads rose more than doubled around launch of Amazon Prime show. Damn. That's the kind of Fallout you guys gonna be playing after the show. Shaken by SMH, man. Well, I mean, other games also got a huge boost, so that is good. That is good. Yeah, where's Ultan? There's like some useful corp articles here, and he's not even watching. What is this? I see, Steve. I see. Huh, interesting. All right. The Lure Kid stuff. Team behind the GTFO shared the secret behind the reveal of Den of Wolves. Oh yeah, that one. I remember. Alright. The Payday in Space. Was it actually around Fallout 4 launch? I don't remember actually. It's the one where you kind of manage the vault. It's kind of nice one. Alright, so what did they have there? Yeah, GTFO is 10 Chambers' first game. Built by a studio of 10 people, very skeleton crew of people creating this game. Game idea was to be very hardcore and force players to cooperate. If you're not cooperating in GTFO, you will die. Alright, so what did I get there with Lurkit though? Helping into tight and niche community is usually the biggest struggle for game developers. This player base is picky about their games and would only play them if a recommendation came from someone they trust. 10 Chambers had a solid game in GTFO, which would become a staple in the library of a hardcore FPS lover. To reach these niche communities, 10 Chambers turned to smaller streamers. Really excited Lurkit was set up when I joined the 10 Chambers because I came from the streaming world and I understood that value a small tight streamers and their communities can bring compared to larger ones. GTFO was always meant to belong in the big leagues, a reflection of the ambitious vision held by 10 Chambers during its creation. Developer added aspects you'd only see in AAA titles. Lurkit's creator program, 10 Chambers also managed to connect with smaller streamers and their loyal audience. Super impressed by the agility and flexibility in working with Lurkit. Impressive how Lurkit can deviate from the roadmap to consider other opportunities. I'm also like that Lurkit is challenging us. Why don't you try this and this? Zoltan is telling him about Lurkit before already too. It is indeed quite a nice platform there. Quality over quantity. And be surprised at how many agencies would push to spend on the follower numbers, but if you dig into those numbers, you'd quickly find out that you wouldn't get out so much. Engagement is extremely important, and you really need to do your homework. Yeah, imagine still using the follower numbers, man. Chambers understand how smaller creators are a linchpin of building an engaged community. Hardcore gamers want to be whipped and thrown into burning oil, but how do you satisfy the needs of all players? That's the challenge. That's where creators come in. They can play the game, fail, learn, and adapt, and they can show their gaming experience to new players. The title reveal there. Achieve successful game title launch for Den of Wolves without leaking the teaser ahead of time. 10 Chambers wanted the big reveal, which would start conversations among gamers and boost engagement. To achieve the goal, 10 Chambers would need to enroll creators via Lurker Creator Program. However, they wanted a foolproof reveal without any leaks. The creators on Lurkit adhere to strict embargoes. 10 Chambers aimed for a grand unveiling, envisioning a moment where viewers collectively experience the launch for the first time. First started with Calais and me bashing our heads against the walls. We have this project at hand, and we have the budget, but we cannot afford a leak. It was a really secret project, so we couldn't reach out to creators in advance and risk a leak. Chamber came to Lurkit with an idea that would sound wild to a regular game marketing platform. They wanted a paid sponsorship activation, but with a twist. Instead of informing them about the reveal ahead of time, 10 Chambers came up with the idea of a Fox hack of the streamer's OBS that would reveal it as a surprise. See with Lurkit if we can pitch creators to be part of this secret project and can we activate the overlay at the right time. To this day we still don't know how Lurkit managed to pull off such a secret sponsorship. During Game Awards, Lurkit supplied 160 streamers with an OBS URL. To ensure the creators felt safe and happy, the platform communicated it was a sponsorship event and something would happen during the TGA stream. But to maintain confidentiality upon 10 Chambers' request, creators weren't told about the Den of Wolves title launch, a breach timing, or even the nature of the sponsorship. The exact time Ulf the CEO went up on stage at the TGA for the reveal, a message said your stream has been breached. Go to denofwolves.com. Appeared on all 160 streams. Didn't even show like the trailer or something there, just the link. 10 Chambers stream breach marketing stunt was a big success, with streamers reacting to the news game, creating tons of hype around the title reveal. And as a result, viewers of all 160 streamers were intrigued to check out the mysterious game that hacked their Game Awards stream. Kinda cool idea. Too bad the game didn't seem like really that bug though, not gonna lie. Looking at the hard numbers, it was a success for us. Seeing the effect going live and reactions was so cool. People loved the trailer, and I think those honest reactions to whatever happened made even better exposure for the game. 10 Chambers look at this marketing platform that is open to ideas, execute them to perfection, and continues to provide consistent solutions. Strength in being a lean platform, agencies super big margins, transparent with costs and how much goes to creators. Self-service model can keep it lean and very effective, whether it was organic campaigns or paid. Lurkit ensured 10 Chambers get value for their money and boosted engagement, something was priority for the developer. See, resultaten. Gebissen. Lurkit is good. Yeah, that was a nice idea though, to do it that way. It's actually kind of pretty easy to do though. I'm not sure why they thought it would be impossible to do it in time. I think it's actually not really super hard if you have URL and OBS. That's pretty much how all the alerts and stuff work after all. You just add URL, whenever like the donor or something happens, it just shows stuff. It's pretty much the same. As soon as you change like what's on the URL, this is the website, it's gonna change on stream too. Take-Two laying off 5% of staff. In addition to approximately 580 jobs cut, publisher's latest cost reduction program also involves cancelling projects, streamlining organizational structure. So what they cut? Which projects did they cut there? Rationalizing its pipeline and eliminating several projects in development and streamlining organizational structure, which will eliminate headcount and reduce future hiring needs. 580 people, man. Cost reduction program to cost up to 200 million, with as much as 140 million in charges coming from the cancelled games, and up to 35 million in employee severance and similar charges, and as much as 25 million more in office space reduction expenses. Office space reduction expenses. They're gonna just like demolish a part of the office for that or something? The fuck? Office space reduction expenses. What? 25 million also. I understand expanding the office, but reducing the office, like how? Like, I mean, for that much money also. Like, what? If you cancel the game, what you're supposed to do with these people? Well, I mean, yeah, true. I do agree. Even though I do think like Take-Two out of everyone could probably like still pull the games and everything. They're buying a new office, I guess. But like the old one also gonna... Well, I mean, they're renting maybe, but then again, like the new rent will be lower because it's smaller, right? So I'm not sure how exactly they actually wasting money on that. Like Take-Two still could try, could pull that, I think, though. That's the thing about small studios. I understand, right? Like something falls apart, falls through, and they're not happening, and you done. Like one failure and you might be gone. I see that. But like when you like the huge corporate like that, like I don't know, just like keep pumping, just keep pumping, man. Like I think a lot of them are like too big to fail, really, unless it's obviously, you know, like THQ with a bunch of like, you know, loans and credits and everything that they need to pay. That's a different story already. And yeah, that's also the funny part. They all lay, like, I would understand, right? Like, does it say here maybe? No, it doesn't say really here. But yeah, a lot of those studios, they lay out quality assurance, man. Like, it's not like they laying off, you know, like, developers, which would make sense, kind of, you know, like, we develop less games now, we cut some projects, so we're gonna have less developers. No, they keep the developers. They lay off, you know, like, quality assurance and stuff. They lay off, you know, people who kind of will be required for all the games. And in bigger amounts that, you know, just kind of like removing some because we have less projects going. Like, it's just absolutely clear that it's not, you know, laying off because, oh, well, we don't have the need in those people. They still have the need in those people. They're just gonna use them as, like, contractors and stuff to not have any obligations. So next time they will need to lay off someone, they just kind of, you know, stop their... not renew their contract, and that's it. Yeah, and that's the ding stuff. Now just shit out broken games. Yep, that's an option too. Seen plenty of that. And I mean, I also understand, right? It's kind of like, it's not a charity, right? Like having some person who doesn't do any work for like a year while a game is being developed to the point where you have something to test, but they still get salary. That's smart. I understand. But then there is another point that I think it's basically was like, I think it was the Josh Sawyer, I think, if I remember correct, who said that, you know, you just kind of need to have more of those, like, actually small, you know, side projects, like Grounded, like Pentiment. So all the people in your studio kind of constantly, you know, have something to do. So they're done with this project. All right, we have this like small project. You can still work. So they kind of still stay there. They get paid salary, right? Like they happy. They have work. They have pay. Company's happy because they still work on something, right? And they only kind of improve their skill because they constantly have something to work on. They improve their skill because they have different things they work on, from like, you know, huge AAA things to kind of like smaller side projects and everything. And it's overall just good for everyone. Like there's good for the company because, you know, everything, like machine is constantly in the movement, right? Like nothing stops, everything constantly spins and everything constantly, you know, in the process. And if anything, like something like Take-Two could do that easily. Like they have a lot of people, they have a lot of money, they could like constantly, like, you know, like just keep the wheels turning basically. True, Axel, true, huh? Yeah, Save, yeah, sorta. It's just like, not even talking about in general being kind of nice, right, towards the people you have that, you know, you just keep around. It's the team building and stuff too, right? Like, it's the spirit of the company and everything, you know, everyone just, like, still... Or, like the family stuff is, like, you know, all this, like, the corporate bait, but, like, without the corporate part, but with the, you know, the part about people just kind of working together and kind of, like, learning how to cooperate, how to, like, you know, approach people and stuff. You don't have constant, you know, this, like, this guy's out, we got a new one, this one out, we got a new one, and they constantly just, like, in this state of chaos, basically, when everyone's being fired and everything. So yeah, this I don't understand, really. This I don't understand, because they could. But as you know, that article, the lady said that, yeah, for any investor, your workers is a liability. The more you have, the more benefits and stuff they get in your company, the more of a liability you are. In these lines, basically, I don't blame, you know, like Supergiant or something by making Hades 2 or something like that, because, like, yeah, they probably rather just, you know, like, all right, fine, we're just gonna, you know, kind of farm. We're just gonna get the second one, we're gonna farm some sales and stuff, and we're gonna make our own money instead of, like, going to some, like, corporate investors and stuff. The real growth players wise, nah. I think there is still a huge amount of growth left. I do think that the limits are not even close yet. I do not think so. There is still, like, you know, like the generations basically growing up. Like, you know, the older generations kind of like being gone. The like we are kind of already the old generation of gamers, basically, sort of, right? We kind of like, there's older one, right? But, like, we kind of the one that got gaming in the mass, you know, like, appeal, sort of, I guess. And we are still in our, like, 30s, you know, like 40s and stuff. So we still kind of have, you know, a while to go. And then there is gonna be, like, another generations coming in this place. Then there's more people who kind of, like, you know, played only, like, a few titles, and they still kind of ready to be exposed to some other title that they might enjoy, but they never tried and stuff, you know. There is still a huge amount. Overall sales, they still growing every year. Like, again, like this year, again, the growth and everything. It's still growing. It's still growing. It doesn't grow as fast as it was before, sure, as it was during COVID, because, well, yeah, everyone was at home, and everyone who wasn't even playing games started playing games just because that's the way to socialize and stuff, you know. Different they are in what they play game-wise, yeah, but they still play games. Like, we're talking industry in general, though. Like, sure, yeah, some genres and stuff maybe, like, gonna be, like, kind of not really appreciate. Even that, I don't think that's gonna change much, you know. Them Fortnite, Roblox, etc. Yeah, but there's still a bunch of those who do care. I mean, it was the same. There's still a lot of, like, you know, those already, like, also 30, 40 gamers who just played, like, World of Warcraft all their life, for example. They don't care about, you know, your single player games. They played that forever. Or the same people who played, like, Call of Duty and stuff, only multiplayer. They don't care about single player games whatsoever. That was always the case. That never changed. Like, that was already the thing for a while, and now it's just that the demography is growing. Like, those people who were playing that, like, World of Warcraft only back in the day, they are now already in, like, the 40 already with their own kids. And their kids playing, like, Fortnite every day, but then when they also gonna get 40, their parents are still gonna be there playing something, and they're gonna be playing something, and their kids already gonna be playing something else too. No, the exclusivity stopping, like all those measures they take, they are not because they're desperate, because like the market is dying, there is no growth anymore. No, they are doing it because there is way more money to take. It's not because the market is like drying up, it's just because they want to juice it actively. It's not because they're already struggling. Oh, like they're struggling with like some sort of sales or something. They just do it to get more sales. It's the greed. It's not desperation or something. And they stop with exclusivity not because it's like because the exclusivity is dumb. They just like realize that like hardware doesn't make you that much money. Software is where it's at. So why like making all this exclusivity stuff when we could already like sell shitload of copies of those games? It's just the greed. So I don't think it's like some sort of countermeasure or something. It's just the greed. Well, just the desire to make more money, maybe not even greed, which I think is very rational. Like when you can literally just sell your stuff that you already sold anyway and get more money. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? See it, portable, I see it. Well, yeah, there was some like more like agile small publishers now. Absolutely, plenty of them. I mean, they kind of even in the way Hooded Horse. They just know their audience. They know their games that their audience will like, and they just kind of publish them. But it's still tricky, though. It's still tricky. They gonna find you most likely, or you get like. I don't think they really get a lot of games like from the ground up. They just look for some stuff, they just kind of headhunt, you know, they find something that looks potentially good, then they're gonna give you money. And a lot of people kind of want, you know, oh, we have this like beautiful idea, we have the team and stuff, we just need money to start working on it. That already doesn't work that well nowadays. Because for that, investor is gonna go rather to like Bethesda or someone. Not being enough time to play it all. Again, it's like the most of the market is not like the giga gamers like us. We are just like this like tiny, you know, like a nerd minority no one cares about really. Most of the people, they already like play like 1, 2 or something games a year. Like why do you think like all those like insane skins they're trying to sell now for like 80 bucks and stuff? It's just because those people, they just like don't really play other games. Like for me, for example, or like for you most likely, right? Like the idea of just like paying the full AAA game price to just get a skin is dumb. Because like why? I would just play another game instead. And for someone who just like plays Call of Duty, for example, every year, and they don't care, they just like, well, I mean, sure, I'll buy it. I don't play anything else. I don't spend money on other stuff. That's my entertainment, so I can, you know, invest into it. They will find time. For them, that's not a problem. For us, it's a problem because, yeah, we're avid gamers. We play a lot of different stuff. We kind of have a hard time because there's so much to play and not enough time. For most of the people, that's not an issue. Same as like some people, they just kind of, you know, they just sit there and wait for the game, you know, they like to release a sequel. Which, to be honest, may be part of the reason why Call of Duty is doing it the way they do. Because they know they have that audience sitting there waiting, just like many other franchises. But they actually have resources and power to, you know, just like pump out it every year. And that's why they do. Because there is a whole bunch of people who just sit and wait for that one Call of Duty a year. Yeah, we can, yeah, see? So it was always the case. Like for many games, I think that was always the case. There's a lot of people who don't have time for the games. Always was the case. So I don't think it's that bad. What it's bad for is bad for like live services and stuff. That's where it's gonna be bad. It's kind of the same as it was back in the day with MMOs. When everyone was trying to make World of Warcraft killer. But since they all kind of like, they got in the same trap as like the strategy games, right? Like Civilization, for example. They make a Civilization-like, but on release is just not, you know, feature complete. It's still way behind Civilization. So why play this new game when I can just play Civilization instead that already has way more content and everything? Same was pretty much with all those MMOs. They might have like a good premise and everything. No, I did sign up for PAX Day long ago. I did. They don't have like any special like content creator stuff they're going, I think, so I don't know if I could do something about it. But I think I signed up for that a while ago already. See if we'll get it, I guess. So for live services and stuff, it's gonna be harder. Just like it was with MMOs, because there's a lot of like of those games, and they really... No, I don't think I did get it yet. Don't remember which one I used for that. No, don't think so. Yeah, with live services it's trickier, and we'll get to that part also. Just play as much games. I think it's the same. As I said, I think like all the generations are pretty much more or less the same. Except nowadays, yeah, nowadays it's way more mobile and stuff, of course. And some countries play pretty much only mobile. That kind of did change. Other than that, I think pretty much the same stuff there. Yeah, there's like limited amount of keys. Unlucky. Yeah, I do like indie stuff for that reason, for sure. They respect your time way more. A Ready or Not dev of Void Interactive confirms it was hacked, says no user or staff data was breached. Studio says hackers accessed some source code and directory information. Apparently, yeah, 4 terabytes of data, including the complete source code for Ready or Not. Monka is time for insane cheats to pop off. I'm not sure how like the cheats would be actually even like needed in that kind of game, but I guess people will still find the way. People will still find the way. The Icon Vomit games, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan of that. But yeah, though, that kind of games might kind of suffer. Games as a general, like, you know, medium. That probably not. That probably not. Or not much, at least. Cloud 4 jumps to number 1 across Europe following TV show launch. Damn, son. Fallout 4 Helldivers. FIFA, GTA, Call of Duty. Digital plus physical. Fallout 76, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3. Damn, that show did them good, that's for sure. That's for sure. Sea of Thieves passes 40 million players. Milestone was reached across Xbox, Windows 10 and Steam 6 years after the title's launch and a few weeks before it is expected to release on PS5. The PS5 gonna make them a bunch too, huh? 40 billions, dude. Not like simultaneous or anything, of course, but still. Impressive, eh? Did you get your key, by the way, Dimota? For the Pugs Day? I'll see. Maybe there'll be like more waves or something. That would be kinda nice to try. Lords of the Fallen accounted for 83% of the game firm's sales revenue that year. So even Lords of the Fallen and Neon kinda did really good, I guess. And generated over $60 million in consolidated net revenue for its fiscal year ended December 31st. Figure represents a 400% year-over-year growth, the highest in the company's history. 83% of its sales revenue to Lords of the Fallen launched in October, so it's like from October to December, basically. 17% was generated from its back catalog of titles. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2 accounted for remaining 9% of revenue. Additional reports said that North America comprised nearly 45% of Lords of the Fallen sales. Past year is a period of continued momentum for us as we focus on the largest and most expensive title in the history of the company, Lords of the Fallen. Its successful launch and the continued solid performance of the existing back catalog, it was the best year in terms of revenues for CI Games Group. Tibinsky added that from its launch date until December 31st, the Dark RPG also moved approximately 1.3 million units. So in 2 months. A bit over 2 months, they sold 1.3 million. I mean, not bad. Their fiscal year ends in December. Could be just like some country stuff. Not sure. Not sure. Yeah, that's a weird fiscal year, though. Indeed. There it is. Report 70% of devs say they are concerned with the sustainability of live service titles. Yeah, I see what it is saying. Wait, did you sign up for the previous ones? Because they might send you if you signed up for the previous ones too. Don't want to play this test? Yeah, I was kind of curious. We'll see. Maybe one day. Among 600 respondents of the developers survey, 63% say that they are concerned about players losing interest. Yeah, 70% of game developers concerned about the present business model of live service games. Categorize live service titles as online games with constant updates and in-app purchases. Game developer collective data is from a report of 600 respondents that took place in February and March. Additionally, survey said that 63% of respondents are concerned that players will lose interest as their primary concern regarding the business model of live service games. February Griffin Gaming Partners also released a report providing developer insight in live service games. It said that 95% of game makers from 537 studios are developing or maintaining a live service game. A valid concern. And the fast ones already farming. Everyone else probably are gonna be losing on it though. True window, true. That's pretty much how it's gonna be, probably. Black Panther job listing confirms open world setting. There it is. Asking for principal sandbox designer to step up the Black Panther theme plate. A particularly interesting post is it makes several references an immersive open-world environment being created as the foundation for Black Panther. Designing populating encounters and gameplay with dynamic and evolving open-world mechanics that contribute to a rich sandbox environment contribute to a living, a breathing game world. Another one. Another one. Oh shit, get your copium, man. Hollow Knight Silksong rating suggests release coming soon. There it is. Official site for Australian classification, Hollow Knight Silksong has earned a brand new PG rating for mild violence. Classification is dated April 2nd and does not reveal any outright details about the game. However, like any new rating, it does hint that the release date might arrive sooner than later. It also suggests that the devs might finally announce more details too, but Team Cherry has not officially confirmed anything, so this is only speculation. Classic. Them 12-hour campaigns, that would be kinda nice. That would be kinda nice. Could be, Steve, could be. Yeah, June gonna have a bunch of stuff. We'll see that, we'll see that. Manor Lords hits 2.5 million wishlists 1 week before launch. They be farming, man. Feels good, feels good. Take-Two is preparing for a Mafia series announcement, it's claimed. Alright, so that's more Giga Leakers and stuff, I see. Another infamous leak enjoyer. Job listing said game was to be an announced multi-platform game currently in pre-production using Unreal Engine 5. Alright, so like a bunch of research on some leaks. I see. We'll see. I mean, wouldn't be surprised. The remasters probably did quite well, and there was nothing else Mafia related for a while, so why not? A Ubisoft response to Star Wars Outlaws backlash over Jabba mission. The new report by IGN, Ubisoft spokesperson promptly addressed the fan backlash over Star Wars Outlaws locking Jabba the Hutt mission behind the season pass. Naturally, prospective players quickly criticized Ubisoft for basically hiding the Jabba's Gambit mission behind a paywall. After all, Star Wars Outlaws is already a full price, double price, AAA game. In today's IGN report, Ubisoft elaborated on the exact nature of the mission. To clarify, Jabba the Hutt and the Hutt Cartel are one of the main syndicates in Star Wars Outlaws, and will be a part of the experience for everyone who purchases the game regardless of edition. There's like a very corporate answer there that doesn't actually answer. They also add that Jabba's Gambit mission is an optional, additional mission for Season Pass owners. Mission will feature dangerous job from popular antagonist. Jabba the Hutt remains a fan favorite character, right? So yeah, basically like, yeah, the Hutts and the Jabba the Hutt will be in the game for free, absolutely. But at least one of the missions from him will be paywalled. Just like not all of them will be paywalled. So that's supposed to be good news already. That's the good news there. Oh, they got a bunch though, I think. They got a bunch probably. How many was there? Like 3 missions, I think, or something? In some of the editions there. So yeah, they did got a bunch, man. It's ridiculous. Like you want full proper experience? Yeah, you need to pay like how much was that? 140 or something bucks? And was there a link there? Let's see. Probably was like in the trailer though. No, it shows some. So it shows the pre-order stuff here, yeah. But basically, I think some like a bunch of missions are in some of the Giga editions there. Basically, I think. Pocket Pair CEO accused Tencent of making a Pal World clone. Damn son, turntables, huh? Kuri Mizoba taken to social media to accuse Tencent, the biggest gaming company on earth, of making a Pal World clone, eh? Tencent is already making a Pal World clone game. In China, various companies are simultaneously developing a mobile clones of Pal World. And the budget scale is about 10 billion yen, 10 times that of Pal World. Looks like there will be a ton of Genshin quality monster or girl breeding games released next year. Damn son. There it is, man. Because I like how it's like, you know, accuse them or something. Like, dude just basically kind of like stated it. I don't think he's like accusing them of something. And like half memeing too on that, seemingly. Calling something a clone there, yeah. Yeah, they just kind of more like memeing about this one. So I'm not really sure it was much of an accusation there. You know, like there's also like the gaming for you, man. I was like, the fuck is that title? I got curious and then I got debated. Fallout's biggest competitor is discounted by 89% on Steam. I was like, what kind of RPG would be like the Fallout competitor? And yeah, you already see that, dude. The Metro, man. Didn't you know? The Metro is apparently like, you know, the RPG competing with Fallout, apparently. Why not Stalker or something then, too? I mean, it's all post-apocalyptic, so, you know, it's a competitor right there. Of the competitor, man. Yeah, with some bundles and stuff. Insane. Exodus is the least favorite. I mean, I do like it in many kind of like, you know, aspects, but I do like the environment of original Metro games more, yeah. Like I do like the Metro part, yeah. I do like that more, for sure. Like imagine, like speaking of competitors and stuff like that, but the actual RPG, sort of open world, but like underground mostly. Now that would be good. Now that would be dang stuff. I would probably like love that shit. Like actual proper RPG in the Metro universe. That would be Gigapog, man. Felix is more in the same level as Bethesda Fallout, I guess, yeah. But yeah, pretty much, you know, post-apocalyptic equals Fallout, basically. I remember all parts. The Forest I didn't really like, yeah. That was a kind of weird one. Snow and Sand were kind of alright. I was okay with that. But yeah, they didn't really give like that much of like some sort of like, you know, proper post-apocalyptic vibe to them. A UK petition to stop publishers killing games emerges. A lobby petition at the UK's government. A particular page surfaced talking about the topic of publisher killing games. Official title of this petition is require video game publishers to keep games that they have sold in a working state. Makes sense. We did this last week. I think it's the next one already. I think it's the second one or something. Yeah, recent trends in the industry. There was like some organization or someone, I think, claiming that. And now it's like some petition already too. Require publishers to leave video games and related game assets features they have sold to customers in a reasonably working state when support ends, so that no further intervention whatsoever is necessary for the game to function as a statutory consumer right. Makes sense? I do think it makes all the sense. I hope we'll get more action like that, so they get some, you know, a little reality check there. Hasbro wants another Baldur's Gate game, but Larian won't be the developer. No, the Hughes. There it is, man. Hasbro CEO, a senior vice president of digital strategy and licensing for Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast, said they're currently looking at partners for its next Baldur's Gate game. Not talking to lots of partners and being approached by a lot of partners who are embracing the challenge of what does the future Baldur's Gate franchise look like. So we certainly hope that it's not another 25 years as it was from Baldur's Gate 2 to 3 before we answer that. So we're going to take our time and find the right partner, the right approach, and the right product that could represent the future of Baldur's Gate. Take that very, very seriously, as we do with all our decisions around our portfolio. Don't rush into decisions as to who to partner with on products or what product we should be considering. Oh, that one they probably gonna farm, dude. That they probably gonna farm. Making it an RTS? I mean, they probably just gonna, like, I don't know. It's gonna be hard to, you know, to make it good. But I don't think they really care too much about making it good. They're just gonna cash out on, like, you know, the 4th game and then forget it for another 25 years until, you know, it's gonna be time to give it to someone to resurrect the series again and give it a shot. Yes, I haven't watched, so I'm gonna be reading it all. But seems like already there was some Fiesta there. Todd Howard confirms Fallout doesn't mess with New Vegas timeline. The new wonderful television series was that it seems to retcon Fallout New Vegas. In terms of the overall timeline, a major event that happens in the Fallout show seems to scrub a huge portion of New Vegas story out of place. But Todd Howard spoke up in a recent interview with IGN to stress that isn't the case. Yeah, not gonna be reading after that. We'll see. I see, Steve, I see. The new Crisis announced? I think it was, yeah. I think there was one. Some notice later? No, not today, not today. I'm gonna be wrapping it up after the news now. But as the director explains why Fallout 5 is taking so long. Yeah, it's our favorite guy there. Billy himself. Percy Pagliarula explained that Starfield took so long to develop because the team at Bethesda Game Studios was busy updating and developing tech and taking time out to work on Fallout 76 for a while. Come on, dude. You believe in this shit? It was like the Team B working on that stuff all the time. I don't think actual Bethesda touched that with a stick, really. Or if they did, that was like not for long. That was not for long. That note doesn't fill me with confidence given how empty Starfield felt and still feels. The end of the day, though, it always comes down to that most important resource of all people. And as with any dev team, we have talented folks who need time to make great stuff, so we can't do everything at once. It all boils down to town resources. Before Bethesda Game Studios can develop Fallout 5, however, it has to finish up Starfield, which means publishing everything lined up for the game that fans are waiting for, like Shattered Space. Then the team needs to work on Elder Scrolls 6, which was teased years ago and hasn't had any updates since. Then Bethesda Game Studios can finally start working on Fallout 5, which we know is coming but likely won't arrive until 2030 at least. Got Fallout 76 to tide us over until then though. Yeah, not sure about them working on 76 much there. I really doubt it. I really doubt it. Like, as someone who played through all those years, basically, I don't think there was, like, that much development resources put into it. Like, knowing all the content that happened since then, like, it was, like, fixing, it was, like, it was on, like, the, you know, like, the skeleton team, basically. Like, especially, like, past few years, pretty much, it was... the past few years, it felt other way around. Past few years, it felt like 76 team was working on Starfield too, because like they put all the resources on that. That I did feel. The part where like Bethesda team was working on 76, that I didn't feel ever since the release, basically. But last few years before Starfield, it was like content rot, pretty much. So that I saw. If anything, I saw that. The fact that they were working on 76, not so sure. Baldur's Gate 3 patch 7 will introduce first official modding tools. Well, there you go. Coomers rejoice. It's time. Even though I guess all the Coomer mods already happened though. Now it's gonna be actual mods. Larian Studios is working on 2 new games. There it is. As an independent studio since 1996, we value freedom to follow creativity wherever it leads. And in this case, after 6 years in the Forgotten Realms and much discussion and rumination, we've decided to seize this opportunity to develop our own IPs. Currently working on 2 new projects, and we couldn't be more excited about what the future has in store. 2 new reskins of Divinity. I would probably kinda guess that one of them is gonna be the Space Divinity or something. I would think so. I would think so. Second one maybe will be something different though. Maybe second one will be, you know, something more original, kind of a little more like of this like risky, you know, smaller risky project that they can try to gamble with. But I feel like it's gonna be like Sci-Fi Divinity or something. Just to make it a little less, you know, like more legally distinct from Divinity, let's put it that way. Not what anyone expects in another probably Divinity universe. I mean, could be that too, could be that too. I do kind of feel that, like, they could try to explore this. Maybe not though. Maybe not sure, hard to say. Paradox apologizes again after even more City Skylines 2 problems. There it is. We ask for your patience and support, and you've shown those. In return, we let you down. We thought we could make up for shortcomings of the game in a time frame that was unrealistic and rushed out a DLC that should not have been published in its current form. For all this, we are truly sorry. Kick. Go on to announce it will refund anyone who purchased the Beach Properties DLC separately and make it a free addition to the base game. If you purchase the Ultimate Edition of the game, however, you won't be able to get a refund, Paradox says. Instead, Paradox says it will add 3 creator packs and 3 radio stations valued at $40, damn son, to that version of the game for players. Oof. Botched the DLC that badly. I think even like the fact itself that the game is still kind of worked and they already like tried to sell you the DLC was probably kind of making people mold. It looks like the DLC itself also wasn't that good. We get $40 of value. You can just like literally make like empty DLC, just set the value to like $50 and give it for free to people and be like, dude, you're getting stuff $50 of value for free. Can you imagine? Such a gift. Speaking of games being killed, Little Big Planet 3 has been taken offline forever. In January, servers for Little Big Planet 3 were taken down temporarily while the team at Sumo Digital worked on pesky technical issues that were making the game unplayable. Now it has been revealed that as a result of those issues, Sumo is keeping the servers for the game offline forever. There it is. The game is now listed on PlayStation site as being decommissioned. Nice. Another one bites the dust, man. All online service done. User-generated content stored locally on your PS4 will remain. Any new user-generated content you created can be played on your PS4, but not shared. Offline features such as the campaign will remain playable. At least it's still playable, so that's something already. But still... Fallout 76 Skyline Valley major map expansion is coming soon. That might be interesting. Skyline Valley, first major map expansion to be added to the popular post-apocalyptic MMORPG since it was released in 2018, and fans are excited. Sizable update that adds an entirely new biome to the Appalachian map found in Fallout 76, and it introduces a slew of points of interest, a new weather element, and of course plenty of new quests. Skyline Valley is based roughly on the Shenandoah Valley. In the Fallout 76, Skyline Valley is a unique region that is nestled between the Ash Heap and the Cranberry Bog, so it'll be at the flat bottom of the map as you look at it dead on. What's important is that Skyline Valley marks the first ever map expansion in Fallout 76's history. Had out of map expeditions, but this is the first time Bethesda Game Studios expanded the base map. Alright. The game's 19th major update and is set to be released in June. It's going to be a fairly game-changing update. Alright, that's good, huh? About countless combat theme changes, also serious hit to Fallout 76 weather system. A world event that will pop up in the valley, bringing a tornado into play. Alright. New creature archetypes will also appear in Skyline Valley update. Vadamingos. Oh, shit, dude. Alright, let's go. That's interesting. Thrashers and Lost. Be a kick streamer. Kick, fuck no, dude. In total, Skyline Valley region will introduce a whopping 28 new points of interest for players to discover and explore. Huge news as the map has remained relatively unchanged except for a few new locations for almost 6 years. That's good stuff, man. Fucking Vadamingos, man. Welcome to Fallout 2 again. I wonder how they're gonna make them look. Yeah, I think they didn't make an appearance in new Fallouts after Fallout 2. It's like the alien-looking guys. That's cool. That's why Starfield didn't get any update. Yeah, working on 76 there. True. They're kind of late with that. Like, they should be pumping it out now already, you know, when the show is out. Let's see, so I see. So we'll see. June also. Seems like June gonna be kind of dead season anyway, so maybe. Grab yourself a copy from Twitch Prime, by the way. I will hope on that. I will hope on that, probably. And when there is like nothing else to play, it will return. There is some stuff to grind that I haven't grinded yet much, so we'll be on it. We'll be on it. Oh, and now I also can even get the Fallout First subscriptions. Yes, sir. So I gotta get that beautiful box again, finally. An ammunition box too. Ooh. Finally. Toad, prepare your wallet. Prepare your wallet, Toad. My money is coming. I will play that stuff. I sure will play that stuff. Ah, I wonder, there was like this concept art that they showed before. It was not actually about this new area. I mean, it probably was. There was this kind of like this fiery thing going on. We'll see, we'll see. It's on public test server actually already, so first of all that means it's gonna be free, I assume. I hope. And second of all, there is already probably info about it then, which kind of sucks, but well, it is what it is. That's nice. That's nice. I'm down. I'm down. That actually sounds kinda interesting and cool, huh? Alright, let's check here. You're right, OTK Games Expo, June 4th, 2024. So yeah, in June we're gonna have a bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of stuff we're gonna have there. The summer game fest and everything. Gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice. 7 days to die stuff, yeah. Sure. PC Gaming Show returns June 9th to celebrate its 10th-year anniversary and the most exciting new PC games. 10 years already, holy shit, alright. That is also good, huh? Why is it Tuesday? Oh, it's gonna be all over the week, though. It's gonna be all over the week. Yeah, this is June 9th, so we're gonna have, like, every day. It's gonna be every day, probably some show. Some days even multiple ones. So we'll see, we'll see. Alright, 1 second, where was it? Seven Days to Die. Font Pimps happy to announce 7 Days is leaving early access. Join us with TFP co-founder Richard Winning in this video with details on 7 Days to Die plans to leave early access. The launch dates for PC and console Alpha 22, now 1.0. A roadmap of planned future updates and features ahead for all platforms and the game's new pricing. Hoog. Ran out of money. Wait, it did? Kick. Did it say somewhere? The big PC? Oh, yeah, Stalker. Well, I mean, you mean like PC exclusive or just on PC? Yeah, we're gonna have Stalker. We're gonna have the Space Marine. That's the bogey stuff. Nearly 12 years. Insane. Insane. Do you feel satisfied? Quality and everything, turning out our focus to other ways we can support all versions of the game. Plan roadmap, free updates and beyond. Continue support 7 Days to Die development with the majority of their resources. Project Zomboid time, yeah. Early release experimental builds, still able to access older alphas of the game. Continue support them on Steam as the Steam policies permit. Damn son. Play the older versions. Kickstarter stretch goals. Oh, they still have that. Working on completing all stretch goals as mentioned on the Kickstarter. Some of these features will come post-launch. We are focused on ensuring all Kickstarter backers will receive the promised content. Yes, he's the USA. Yeah, roadmap in quarter 4 2025 they already have. Insane. Price change. That point form will increase to $44. 45 basically. Damn, that's quite chunky. Offering major last chance week-long deal sale on Steam for April 22nd to April 29th. There's a chunky increase there. Quality standard of the game has gone up significantly. Initial price was set over 80 years ago. I mean, yeah, that's true. Decade of content improvements. I mean, not false, not false. Let's see. Gotta drive up the sales. Well, I mean, obviously, gotta motivate people. The FOMO, you're not gonna buy it now, you're gonna buy it more expensive. The classic, the usual stuff. A bit improvement, but it also looked like 12-year-old game at this point. I mean, kinda, but you know, there's a lot of stuff like the Dwarf Fortress and other things where, you know, the looks are not that important. It runs like absolute crap still. That's the worst problem, though. That's the worst problem. They're releasing because the one Sony doesn't allow early access games. I mean, true, yeah, that could be the reason too, so they can release on console now and everything. And I mean, at this point, after so much time, makes sense. And it also kind of gonna be the situation with, like, you know, like people will like the game is kind of already had like some hype waves, right? It probably the full release will again kind of drive the hype wave because a lot of people on PC already have the game, right? A lot of like streamers already had the game and played it before, so they're gonna have this like situation with, you know, people, oh, it's released, let me check it out. So like everyone's gonna hop in, and a lot of those people bought it, yeah, probably for like $3 from the key website and everything, right? And then people who like just got it available on the console, they will look at it, damn, it's so hype, everyone's playing, I need to buy it too. And this is already $45 there. But you know, the hype is real, so maybe some of them will be like, well, shit, you know, I guess it's that good. So many people playing it for $45, and they're gonna buy it without thinking, without realizing that it was out already for like, you know, that many years, and people probably bought it on like on Giga sales for like $5 or something, or $3 on CD Key site. And they're just gonna pay full price for that. As long as they will enjoy it, I guess, you know, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Let's see, Steve, let's see. 3 people that haven't long forgotten about this game. I mean, dude, when it was like 2 years ago or something, it was like all over Twitch. It's just like one update with like that will pique streamers' interest, and it's just gonna be all over the place again. Replay the Stalker games. I still have one, the last one, chronologically, that I haven't played yet, so I gotta do that when we get, you know, Stalker confirmed, so I will do that, because I also need to do KCD 1 now, which again, the KCD 2 is kind of like no date really, and I kind of don't think it probably will be out this year. So there is already like a lot of things I will need to kind of like plan for this year. And then we'll see. Still has 37k people playing. Yep, I mean, the game's big. Like after they added co-op or whatever, right? Multiplayer, like a lot of people like started playing that. I don't remember which one is the last one. I don't remember which ones I played already. I played basically by the date they were released. So first 2 I did play, third one I haven't. Third one I have not yet, so... Pripyat is the last one. Alright, then I haven't done that one. But that one I haven't done yet, so I need to... Still need to do that one. We'll get there, we'll get there. Well... Summer so far seems kind of calm, so I do hope it's gonna be like a good backlog time. I mean, June we're probably gonna be like checking the 76 expansion too. So yeah, maybe on the agenda will be KCD 1. It's gonna be Call of Pripyat. Maybe. See, Steve, I see. To be honest, that's like in any Stalker game, I feel. I feel like it's in any Stalker game. Let's see. Yeah, probably gonna go vanilla though. I will go vanilla, just as I prefer my first playthroughs. With some graphics mods. That's how I played previous Stalkers too. So I just gonna go full vanilla mode. With just graphics. That's it. That's my first playthroughs pretty much in every game I try to do. Just to see the intended, how it was made. If I will ever go for like more playthroughs, then maybe. True. So we'll see. That's gonna be like summer most likely. Well, I mean, maybe soon actually already. Like the lineup already doesn't really look like that crazy, Poga. in terms of like stuff coming out. A lot of things that I kind of so far have out of new games are more like, you know, things for First Look Friday that I'm gonna play for a couple of hours and then just kind of peace. Might be some surprise release of like Songs of Conquest soon. I doubt it. It's technically like already like less than like a couple of weeks left until the anniversary technically, right? And they still didn't drop anything, so kind of sad. But also I guess kind of... Nah, it's kind of sad. Like, I would rather have it now than if they will release it like in autumn or something, when there's going to be a bunch of other stuff to play. Yeah, just the sale. Yeah, nothing really. Nothing really. It was 10th of May, so it's already like 20 days basically until the anniversary. So I was kind of thinking they're going to release for the anniversary, but we still haven't heard anything, so... Doubt it. Doubt it. I doubt it. But yeah, Dragon's Dogma is still gonna be continuing on Mondays. Manor Lords for now, at least this week for sure. And then we'll see. Then we'll see. And maybe it will be already time to load in some backlog or something. Could happen, could happen. But waiting for 1.0, same to be honest. To be honest, Dragon's Dogma to visit Pronti. Now, Dragon's Dogma actually fun. Like I did like my last time I played was really nice. It runs already kind of better and stuff, and it was in general fun. That was a good session. So I'm gonna do some more. Just like genuinely enjoyed it. Genuinely enjoyed the process. It was pretty good. Alright though. Whoop. There we go. So, let's read it. Oh, the Tainted Grail RPG one? That would be good, that would be good.